Hi, I'm not sick Michael Spath. I can, sir.
Oh, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Nick, what's your last name?
Whitten.
Whitten?
Whitten. He's from Clarkston.
Test. Talk. Yep. I'm going to spell it wrong, but it's going to be right for me. Is it close?
That is right.
Hey! What year are you?
You just took my pen.
Junior.
You just took my pen, dude.
I know. I got to give it back.
Do you want a marker?
I got to be able to write down.
You want an expo?
No, I need to. Look at all this little chicken scratch here. This is really.
I know. I have to sometimes.
At least I don't bullshit like this guy.
Yeah.
I really have real chicken scratch.
Real
Yes.
fake stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. What? 10. Yeah. 10.
Michigan State hands, baby. Michigan State hands.
Yeah, there you go.
It does.
Okay.
Why are you doing that?
Do you got 5 more minutes worth of stuff to talk about?
You do whatever you guys want. I don't care.
10 minutes.
What do you mean something?
10 minutes.
I'm not in charge of this operation. What gave you that idea?
No one is in charge of this operation.
Wait, seriously? Because I thought I was this whole time.
Oh, right, exactly, right. Yeah, you're in charge of everything. Who are we kidding?
Sure.
I just pretend.
Yes.
That's for Fridays. That's it. The rest of the time, no.
All right, welcome to another Friday night featured Michigan high school football game right here on SportsCaster.com in partnership with WJR Radio, WJR AM 760 Radio in Detroit. We're covering the games in Southeast Michigan as part of the SportsCaster program in partnership with WJR, and we've got a good one tonight. Man, Americana on full display. Beautiful weather again. Great rivalry ahead. Two great schools. Pretty cool. This gets you jazzed up, right? Got Justin Rose sitting next to me. Nick Whitten, you are from Clarkston High School. You're a student broadcaster. Mm-hmm. You're part of the team, the broadcasting team tonight. So bring it. All right. Bring it. And Kristin Kujawa, who always brings it.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's talk some football.
Okay.
Guys,
I can't believe it's week 7.
It's week 7.
Week 7 of high school football. I feel like we just started like last week, and all of a sudden here we are, 2 4-2 football teams in the conference. Rivalry right down the road, not too far away from one another. You know this rivalry probably better than the three of us do, so why don't you tell us what's the scuttlebutt in the hallways of school during this week?
Well, I'll tell you what, everyone at Clarkston does not like Lake Orion.
What about people at Lake Orion? Did they like Clarkston?
No.
I kind of figured it went both ways.
That's a perfect way to tee up the rivalry, just as it should be.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you're looking forward to in this football game tonight?
I'm looking forward to seeing some plays on the defense by Clarkston, and I'm looking forward to see some passing plays by Lake Orion.
Okay, so we got a little strength on strength with the pass game and the defense for both teams. Should be a good one. I mean, you actually went back and did the research. Mm-hmm. How close is this rivalry all time?
This rivalry is 34-24 overall.
And who has
Clarkston is the lead.
Clarkston's 10-game advantage. So
that's nice.
That's obviously a pretty good rivalry.
Yeah.
Some rivalries we have out here, unfortunately, are pretty lopsided. But this one, just 10 games. And obviously, 4-2 football teams. Guys, we're getting close to the playoffs here.
So they're 4-2.
Wins.
They're each 4-2?
Each are 4-2.
Each and 4-2. Okay.
So to get into the high school football playoffs in the state of Michigan, you have to get at least 6 wins. We just said it was week 7. They have this game and 2 more.
Wow.
You gotta get it.
And now they're competing for the OAA Red division, is that right?
That is correct.
Right. So if they win, if Clarkston wins, does that mean they go up against Oxford or West Bloomfield?
Well, their schedule is already predetermined for the overall high school football schedule. But what it will do is it'll put them in the driver's seat, understanding that they control
to determine who
wins the conference title. And obviously winning the conference title is a big deal for these kids and for these programs. So this is obviously going to be a big one because the winner of this game basically kind of controls themselves, and they're 1 win away from getting into the postseason.
And that's the top division, if you will, the OAA
Red.
Yep. Right.
Yep.
That's
the top tier.
The top tier. Right. Exactly. So that's a good honor. That's a great honor. They're playing to win that. That's cool.
You got to win that. You get 1 game closer because I mean the difference between 5-2 football team. Oh, that's a pretty good team, and a 4-3 football team. Oh, are they any good? It's crazy to think that 1 game at this point in the season can really tilt the scales, but. I mean, just look at Dragon Stadium here.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I mean, this crowd. We've got the visitors over there.
Yeah.
They got the student sections going crazy for
both
sides.
It's homecoming.
So
we got
homecoming.
lots of hype going on.
Nick, is the homecoming dance tomorrow?
I'm not sure. I don't go to Lake Orion.
Oh, that's right. He goes to Clarkston. You guys had your homecoming a couple weeks ago, then, yeah?
Yeah, it was 2 or 3 weeks ago.
And who did you verse?
We versed.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
He was too focused on the homecoming dance.
Yeah, he was ready for the dance.
Absolutely,
yes.
absolutely.
Nick, I have to ask, part of the big thing about SportsCaster, the distinguishing characteristic of SportsCaster is that we feature young student broadcasters. It's not just about the young student athletes on the field. Now it's about the student broadcasters in the booth, calling the play, providing color commentary, etc. What is it for you? Why are you here at this table? Why is this important to you? Why are you interested in this?
Well, I've been watching football my whole life, and I really like the commentary on it. And I guess I just really like sports journalism, and I've always been interested in it. And I just got into a PMTV production class at my school, which is like recording football games and stuff. So I had an opportunity to do this, and I wanted to take it up.
That's
awesome.
Great.
Great.
That's really cool. And then you got the call that you were going to cover the game tonight. And so how does that feel? That's pretty cool, right?
Well, I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
I want to tell.
Can't tell. You cannot tell,
Very
and you
cool.
sound great.
Yeah.
You absolutely sound great. Listen, we were nervous until you opened your mouth because we don't really know what we're going to get until we show up at the games too.
No,
but we
great.
got a winner tonight. We feel good about it. We're excited to have you. You're going to do a great job. And you know what? Have fun. Great honor. You're going to be on WJR Radio. Really cool for a young guy who aspires to be in this spot for real one day. Really cool.
Yeah, and as SportsCaster.com continues to grow, we want to make sure you guys are following our social channels. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on X, we're on Facebook. Give us a follow. A lot of opportunities for your student broadcaster at home who might want to get interested and involved in this. Plenty of opportunities to create their own content, share it to their own social pages, tag us, and we'll feature it as well because we want to make sure we put the mic in your hands. That is what we believe in. That is what we're doing. That's why Jeff and Kristin and the rest of the team have brought former broadcasters like myself and Michael Spath aboard to make sure that we give opportunities to kids like Nick to get out there and start their broadcasting careers in a way that we quite frankly didn't have when we were coming up through the business. So, your team's coming out on the field here. Who's a couple players that we should be watching for Clarkston?
You're going to want to look out for the Bowman brothers, Lucas and Griffin, two running backs, number 0 and number 1. They are very good at pushing through and making big plays. And you're going to want to look out for wide receiver. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's okay.
You're good.
Wide receiver Wendell Childs. He's a fast kid, very fast, and only a sophomore, so you'll see him for a few more years.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Cool.
But yeah, he can get deep.
Very cool. I wanted you mentioned Nick, and of course you're here representing Clarkston as a student broadcaster. I want to make sure we call out the other student broadcasters, a couple up in the booth right now, others that will participate in providing feature commentary throughout tonight's game. Ayden Novak from Lake Orion, Anthony Del Pup, Clarkston, Nick Whitten, of course, sitting here with us from Clarkston, and Taryn Fritching with us again as well. We're going to try to keep it a little more quiet because the national anthem is playing right now, and out of respect, we'll tone it down. But it's really going to be a great night here. Again, the weather, my God. It's like someone just dialed it in perfectly. Thank you. Thank you.
What is great about what we've been able to do with SportsCaster.com so far this year is we've gone to so many different venues in so many different areas. We're down in Detroit. We've been down on the west side of the state. Now we're up here in the Clarkston, Oxford, Lake Orion area. And to see how communities still rally around their high school football teams in 2024 is fantastic to see. And I just love looking at where we're sitting. I wish we could turn the camera around and
I was just going to say that. Can we switch it around to show everybody?
It is a very, very cool venue. As Jeff said, it's Americana. This is such a community event. And as the national anthem wraps up here, as we get closer and closer to game time, and the roar of the crowd starts.
And by the way, not an open seat in the house.
No.
No, we're packed.
We are packed.
We are packed.
I
That
think I
student
walked 2
section
miles
is going to be intense.
in the parking. I think I had to.
I think you did.
I think I had to.
I think you did.
But Kristin, I need to know some stuff that I didn't know.
I'm happy to tell you.
But you make it easy.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
What do we got?
What do we have tonight?
So tonight we are in Lake Orion, and for those that don't know, Lake Orion is just 25 miles north of Detroit. Lake Orion, the school actually started in 1844 in a little 2-story schoolroom house on the corner of Church and Anderson Street.
Wow.
But the big mystery is, why are they called the Dragons? Really? A dragon in Lake Orion? Well, apparently in 1894, there was a dragon.
In the lake?
In Lake Orion. A dragon lived in Lake Orion.
1894.
It
wasn't the Loch Ness Monster, was it?
No. It was
passing through.
It was an actual dragon that lived in Lake Orion Lake, and there were many sightings of this dragon. The first was 2 women who were fishing off of a dock, and they saw this green and black kind of speckled beast, if you will, monster maybe.
I'm going to be careful when I head out in my car tonight.
Well, guys, we got to be careful because they're about to kick this football game off. Chris Renwick and our student broadcasters, why don't we send it up to the booth for you to get this first boot underway?
And even the hard-to-find Black Wings. Folks, you'll love driving a Lyric. No more wasting time and money standing at dirty gas stations ever. Charge it at night like your mobile phone and wake up to 300 miles of estimated range every day. Please pull into Crestview Cadillac right now for the best price on remaining 2024s. We're on Rochester Road or shop us at CrestviewCadillac.com.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Your child's education is the foundation for tomorrow's leaders. Listen every Sunday at 3 p.m. for School Talks, hosted by respected educator Dr. Robert Livernoy. It's a conversation on all things education, from parents and students to educators and policymakers. School Talks is dedicated to in-depth discussions and analysis with experts on a wide range of topics in education. Sponsored by Wakely Associates Architects. The highest performing school facilities start with premier architectural design. Wakely Associates Architects, trusted since 1951.
No matter how you use social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WJR is there for you at WJR Radio. This is the great voice of the Great Lakes, 760 WJR, Detroit, a Cumulus media station. From the heart of America and the high school home game gridiron, this is the Drive to the Game on 760 WJR. Sponsored by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Also sponsored by McLaren Healthcare. Now here's your hometown football host, Chris Renwick.
An absolutely beautiful night for Friday night football here in Lake Orion. It's a rivalry game. It's the Dragons and the Wolves of Clarkston going toe-to-toe. We joined this one in progress. Here's a give to the back on 4th down. No good, and an early gamble here by Clarkston comes up all Dragons, and they force a turnover on downs deep in Clarkston's own inside the 30-yard line. Chris Renwick with you this evening. It's a pleasure to have you along for this ride in what has been described to me as the Oakland County equivalent of Michigan and Ohio State. Ayden Novak is a senior at Lake Orion, and he joins me in the booth. Ayden, it's great to have you.
It's great to be here. I'm very excited for this opportunity. As Lake Orion here, they just got off the ball with a great defensive stop to start their game. Absolutely swarmed to the ball on 4th and 3, and they're starting deep in Clarkston territory here.
Inside the 30-yard line, under 10 to play. Lake Orion here with the ball. The keeper here by the quarterback, Alex Wyshenko. He'll pick up back to the line of scrimmage. It's a ball spotted at the 29-yard line. Meanwhile, Anthony Del Pup joins me here in the booth as well from Clarkston, a sophomore. It's good to have you, Anthony.
It's amazing to be here, man. The atmosphere is just absolutely electric, man. Great rivalry, great memories, and we have ourselves a good game ahead.
No doubt about it. Two really good teams. A series that over the most recent memory dominated by Clarkston, winning 4 in a row. But Lake Orion broke through last year. They get a big 3-touchdown win. And here goes Tristan Hill on the quarterback keeper. Wide open hole down the center of the field into the end zone. Touchdown Dragons. Just a couple of minutes into this game, they go up 6-0.
That's the dual threat ability of the quarterback, Tristan Hill. He's one of the better dual threat quarterbacks here in the OAA. There, he just pulls the ball straight out of his running back's arm, straight up the middle, and that's the breakaway speed that we see. Lake Orion jumps on the board first early.
And it gives credence to what Jaden Borrero does in the backfield. He is a threat. Meanwhile, Clarkston, a little bit of shaky here start. Offensively, they get really super hyper-aggressive, didn't convert on that 4th and short, and then they let that touchdown go into the end zone.
You know, I feel like why that turnover happened is quarterback Alex Wyshenko told me they were going to try and focus on the passing game a little more, but on their first drive, we didn't see a single pass at all. They just ran the football.
And that extra point attempt is blocked at the line. So 9:01 to play, early first quarter. It's the Dragons on top of the Wolves, 6-0. And it's homecoming here tonight at Lake Orion. The stands are packed. People are very excited. You talked about the buzz, Anthony. I mean, look, it's homecoming. Doesn't get much better.
Absolutely not. Homecoming is always the biggest environment for any school, especially here at Lake Orion. The student section's packed out. All the bleachers are packed out. Everybody's loud. Everybody's hype. It's the biggest game of the season.
Do we have a name for the student section here at Lake Orion? Is it like the Dragon's Nest? What do we got? What can we name this group?
We call it the Thunder.
The Thunder?
Thunder is a group of dragons. We call it the Thunder.
They bring the Thunder here at Lake Orion. Also, a huge dragon here on the track as well. What is the story with this dragon?
Quite honestly, I could not tell you. That's been there. That's been here since before my time. So I honestly could not tell you about that one.
It's very Game of Thrones-esque here at Lake Orion.
Fear
All right,
factor.
This one gets booted, goes into the end zone, fielded just a couple of yards in. I'll tell you what, Will Hoffman's got quite a foot. We've seen that a couple of times tonight. He's a dual player, plays a lot on defense. As a linebacker, also gives them a foot on the ball.
He's also a really hard-hitting linebacker, too. Yes, he's got that big leg. He's able to kick the ball a mile. He's also got a really physical nature to him. Hits everybody real hard with authority on the defensive side.
You can't miss him. The Lake Orion Dragons tonight in their all greens, green jersey, green pants, green helmets. He's got fluorescent green hand gloves on, so he sticks out like a sore thumb.
Absolutely he does.
All right, here come the Wolves back out on offense, trying to make things right after that first drive. Let's see what they can do to put a couple of first downs together here. Alex Wishenko leads this offense. He goes under center. Motions a man left to right, ball far hash mark. Fakes the give to his quarterback. 5-step drop, wants to go over the top, looking for his receiver. Tried the one-handed catch, but it falls incomplete. So 2nd down and 10 coming up. He was looking for Cameron Love, the outside receiver. Had a little bit of separation, but it falls incomplete.
Man, Cameron Love is really a speedster. He runs track. He's one of our best track athletes. And that's what I was talking about earlier, how we're going to try and get our passing game more involved. We hit him with a play-action jet sweep to try and fool him, but overall just great coverage from the Lake Orion cornerback. It was pretty physical, but great coverage.
Good protection up front, too, by that offensive line.
Yep.
All right, 2nd and 10. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line.
There's that
Sweeper
motion.
comes left to right. That's the motion. This time, Wishensko's going to keep it down the sideline, across the 45 to the 50 to the 45, and then roughed out of bounds at around the 40-yard line of Lake Orion. Big-time run there.
Do not sleep on Alex Wishenko's dual threat ability. He will hit you with the option, and he will hit you deep with his arm power.
So after a big gain, they get into Lake Orion territory. Ball spotted at the 39. They huddle back at the 50-yard stripe. They break and head to the line.
I have a feeling we're going to see another motion here as we love to run that motion offense to try and trick.
A lot of eye candy for the Lake Orion defense then.
Yeah.
They send 2 receivers right, 1 left, ball far hash mark.
There's that motion I was talking about. Another option.
Oh, Wishenko fakes the pitch to him, finds some room on that left side, out to the 30 to the 35-yard line, and then cut down at the 20. So another big gain of about 16 out to the 20-yard line, and the Wolves are in business.
I told you, we're going to hit you hard with that option, and that's just a great play from Alex Wishenko there. One offensive lineman to look out for is Zach Rayliff, number 71. He's a big, strong kid, and he'll run you over if you try and touch his quarterback.
Ball far hash mark. Wolves moving left to right. They're in the red zone at the 20-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 tight to the formation. Here's a give to the running back, trying that right side, trying to make a man miss, but he can't. He's going to lose a couple of yards. That is a heck of a tackle there. Well done, good pursuit. Grady Harbin brings them down for a loss of 2. It's 2nd and 12 coming up.
That's great pursuit by Grady Harbin right there. He's one of the senior defensive backs. He's just all over that run play. Get him in the backfield.
Man, Griffin's been off today. I don't know what's going on. he can usually hit those holes pretty well and get into the secondary.
Griffin Bowman and Lucas Bowman, twins?
It was Griffin Bowman, yes, they are twins.
Okay, twins in the backfield.
Actually, wait, that might have been Lucas.
3 receivers left. Motion man splits out wide. Washenko takes it.
Oh, dang.
Happy feet into the end zone. Incomplete. Nobody home. Just tossed it out to the back of the end zone. So clock stops. 7:15 to play here in the first. Dragons with a 6-0 lead. They scored off that early failed 4th and short deep in Clarkston territory, did the Wolves. And a couple of plays later, Lake Orion made them pay, and Clarkston blocked the extra point attempt. So 6-0 as we stand here midway through the first.
Clarkston struggled on the 3rd down last week, only going 1 for 6, so let's see what they can do here. Shotgun formation.
He's got Griffin Bowman to his right.
And the student section is absolutely electric.
Washenko takes it, quick 3-step drop, throws over the middle, got a man at the 10, at the 5, taken down shy of the end zone at about the half-yard line. And the Wolves convert there on 2nd and long, and they are in business at the half-yard line. This is going to take a Herculean effort by this Lake Orion defense to keep them out of the end zone.
I have a feeling we're going to see a play action here. Just to trick the defense, we're going to definitely motion the guy. As you've seen on multiple plays, we have motioned the guy to try and fool
They go
the
quick
defense.
to the line, out of the huddle. They give. Bowman plows through. No signal yet. There it is. Touchdown, Wolves. Into the end zone goes Griffin Bowman for the first touchdown for Clarkston tonight.
It's about time one of the Bowman twins got in. They have just looked incredible this season, both on offense and defense. You can call him Travis Hunter.
What does Lucas and Griffin bring differently? Are they roughly the same skill set?
They bring grit and determination. They will hit you hard and they will hit you fast, whether if they have the ball or they don't.
All right, extra point attempt being set up.
Student section is electric.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is
Great
up.
kick.
And it's good. 6:41, and Clarkston takes the lead now, 7-6. Off a nice drive. Look, they tried some things, tried to hit him over the top. Didn't work, but they stuck to their game plan. Ayden, you talked about it earlier, eye candy. Eye candy. What is eye candy? Eye candy is all the motions, right? They serve a couple different purposes. Defensively, what it does for the quarterback is if you've got a man traveling, they know it's man defense.
Yep.
If everybody stays home, they know it's zone. So it's a quick way to figure out what the defense is in. But then you are creating all kinds of havoc for the defense. They don't know what's coming. They don't know if you're going to hand it off. They don't know if you're going to sweep it. They don't know if you're going to dump it out to the flat or use them as a decoy. And Clarkston did a really nice job there using all of that.
Man, that's what we run best. We run that. We run great option offense, and we run great motions. We really just tricked Lake Orion's defense there, and overall a great drive from the Wolves. Let's see what this Lake Orion offense can bring now.
A lot of good players on both sides of the field here, and when you consider how big this game is, right? You guys have probably talked about it all week in school. Absolutely. The lead up to this, right? It's homecoming. You get to go into enemy territory at homecoming and try to spoil things. So tell me a little bit, Ayden, what these conversations are like in the halls this week.
Basically, it all sums up to we hate Clarkston. That's basically the gist of it, and it's like we're coming off that big loss at West Bloomfield. Clarkston's the homecoming game. It's easily the biggest game of the year, biggest rivalry, the biggest stakes at homecoming. So it's just been all buzz in Lake Orion High School.
How about you, Anthony? What's it been like this week?
Man, it's been the same thing. It's like it's the game. We got to focus on this. It's just we knew it was going to be electric, and we knew it was going to be a good game.
This is actually the second time in the past, including this season, second time in the past 3 seasons, Lake Orion has taken on Clarkston in their homecoming game. 2022, Clarkston came into enemy lines and knocked off Lake Orion. Lake Orion's trying to right the ship this year.
Oh, I remember that. I was at that game. It was a great game. I believe it was 38-35, right?
It was very close game.
It was a very close game. It was a great game to watch. Now, this Clarkston defense looked spectacular last week, only allowing a total of 49 yards against Athens. So let's see if they can bring the heat.
Here's a give up the middle, gain of 4 out to the 24-yard line before he's wrestled down. Nice carry there. Travis Acker toting the ball for this Dragons offense. Brings up 2nd and 6 here as they huddle.
Lake Orion's got basically those 2 power backs that they hand the ball off to quite a bit. You got Jaden Barrero back there, number 1, and number 43. Here's the up back right now, Travis Acker. They just run hard and hit you hard. That's their main thing. They're short yardage backs, and they'll just hit.
They go heavy up front. They give it to Barrero. Just kind of scaling that line, holding that ball. A couple of fists came in trying to knock it out. He gets to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6 and a first down.
And there is that tough running by Barrero we were just talking about. Breaking a couple tackles, fighting his way for those extra yardage, picking up the first, moving the chains.
Man, Lake Orion has some tough backs, but Clarkston brings the boom with our linebackers. We got Griffin Bowman. We got Lucas Bowman. We got Bodie Davis. Just really physical guys that will hit you hard, and they won't feel bad about it.
And that defensive line, very senior laden. You're talking about seniors and juniors up front. So here's a fake. Rashunski getting badgered in the backfield. He's able to turn nothing into something.
Oh, my goodness.
Scrambled forward, evaded 1 sack, and gets out to the 34-yard line for a game of 4. And he was just keeping his eyes down the field, didn't see anything, so he said, you know what, I'll just take it myself.
That's one of the things about Tristan Hill, though, is he has got the ability to escape the pocket in a heartbeat. He'll be able to extend the play. He'll be able to avoid a sack. It's almost impossible to sack this man, as you saw right there. He was blitzed by 2 Clarkston defenders off the snap, and he was able to evade it and get a positive gain.
So it's going to be 2nd and 6 coming up. Very similar to this couple of plays ago. 2nd and 6 here for Lake Orion. Motion man right to left. Hill fakes it to him. He's going to keep it himself with a hole out to the 40-yard line. And Hill just gashing this defensive front, this front 7 for Clarkston. Out to the 43-yard line for a first down.
LO runs that kind of similar offense with all that jet motion. Like we talked about the eye candy, trying to move the Clarkston defenders around, see what the defense is in. And TR Hill, they run a lot of that option game, a lot of quarterback keepers as he's got the wheels, and he can take it a big gain.
Can we talk about that blocking there from the Lake Orion offensive line? They gave Tristan Hill a big hole so he could get that gain. This kid has some talent, I will tell you.
Goes to the shotgun, hands it off to one of his backs, had 2 backs back there, Jaden Barrero, and it was Jackson Vasquez, the ball carrier there, so he'll lose a yard back to the 42-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd and 11.
It took Clarkston a while, but it seems like their defensive line is finally starting to heat up. But the question is, can they stop Tristan Hill and his running ability?
And you got a couple of backs back there that can make things happen as well. Jackson Vasquez, traditionally a wide receiver, but he gives him a little extra speed in the backfield.
They use him as a hybrid constantly. He's in the backfield, and right now he lines up in the slot on the right side.
Ball splits the hash marks. Lake Orion moving right to left. Hill on the roll to his right, finds a man. Ooh, nice one-handed catch right at about the sticks. Jamari Cooper hauled it in, the senior, and they're going to give him the first down. It's a gain of 11.
How about that catch by Jamari Cooper? Just snags it with his left paw out there on the sideline. He's able to pick up the first down. What a catch by Cooper.
Man, just great blocking from that Lake Orion offensive line again. They've only allowed, I'm pretty sure, 1 QB pressure this game, and the student section is loving it. They are getting electric. They are getting hype.
They sub Peyton McIntyre, the backup tight end, out. They'll bring in Will England for a little extra speed. He motions out wide. He's got one-on-one coverage, bottom of the formation. Hill takes it, gives quick, big hit, and a bigger hole. Out to the 30, cuts in to the left, trying to find a block. Does he have the speed? At the 5, diving towards the pylon. They're going to say he's out short of the goal line. They'll spot him at the 1. What a job there by Tristan Hill to make that split-second decision. He had that front
4 bearing down on him, and just at the last second he handed it off for a huge gain.
That is the biggest hit I've ever seen Tristan Hill take in his career, and they still get a huge gain. As Jackie Vasquez, we talked about, there's their speed in the backfield. It's Jackson Vasquez, takes it all the way down to the 1-yard line. Huge play for the Dragons.
So they go heavy in the backfield. Some motion, and then into the end zone. Touchdown, Jaden Borrero. And just like that, the Dragons pile it on.
Man, Clarkston's defense is struggling to stop this Lake Orion offense. Our defense looked great last week, but we are lacking. We have to stop this run game.
They do have a dynamic run game, however, Lake Orion does. Like we said, we have Jackson Vasquez in the backfield, Jaden Borrero in the backfield. Borrero brings you that power, Vasquez brings you that speed, and there you see Borrero's power barrels into the end zone. Lake Orion's got the lead.
3 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Extra point attempt. Kick is up this time, and that one is good. So the Dragons strike back. A little bit of teeter-totter here in between this rivalry game here in Oakland County. Dragons on top 13-7. And I gotta imagine, you feel like, you gotta feel pretty good what you're seeing out of this offense.
I feel great with this offense. This offense is explosive, and they're so far 2 for 2 on the scoring drives. They're able to run the ball very, very effectively and get huge chunk plays on this Clarkston defense.
And now let's see what Clarkston draws up here. This is a team, obviously, that showed you they're going to try a couple of different things today. They'll try to hit you over the top, they'll try to bully you inside, and now we'll see what they do here on this next possession.
Yeah, we will see. We're definitely going to see the Bowmans get involved. We're definitely going to see Caleb Love get involved. We're going to hit you with that. Clarkston's going to hit you with the motion offense and the option offense like we saw last drive.
This one's not going to quite make it to the end zone. Fielded at the 5-yard line, coming back the other way at the 10. At the 20, and then cut down. Big hit at the 21. Lay in the wood on special teams. That's a heck of a tackle. Donovan Finley makes the stop. And Lake Orion delivers the wood, and now Clarkston starts things off at their own 21.
We saw a little bit of scuffle there at the 40-yard line between number 3 on Lake Orion, and I couldn't see the number on Clarkston, but that just shows you the intensity both teams bring to this rivalry and this game.
You stole the words right from me, Anthony. I was just going to say it's rivalry game. It's always going to be a little chippy down there. That's what makes it fun.
That's what makes it great, man.
Washenko lines up in the shotgun. He's got trips receivers left, one right. Fakes to Lucas Bowman. Quick 3-step drop, wants to go deep. Got a little bit of separation and falls incomplete. That was a pretty good ball there for Brody Roush. It just falls incomplete, and credit Washenko. Stood in there, knew he was going to get hit, took the hit, and delivered a pretty darn good ball.
That's just his IQ there. He's patient, man. He will be patient. Alex Washenko knows how to take a hit. Just a little bit of an overthrow, which is pretty rare from Washenko.
Defensively, good coverage there, though, down the field.
Credit number 9, Austin Kahn, the cornerback right there. He struggled last week a little bit against West Bloomfield in their high-octane passing attack. He's playing pretty well so far, man, coverage today.
They go to the pistol. Fakes to Bowman. Now they're going to go to him on the screen. Trying to break a tackle, didn't. We got a flag on the play, usually in the area of where a holding may occur. So we'll get the call from the official here. Looks like Clarkston's moving back. Not much of a protest either. It is going to be a hold on Clarkston, so that'll move the back.
Man, I know that, there was a holding penalty there, but Griffin Bowman showed you the power he has as he ran for extra yards. He may have not broke the tackle, but man, he fought to get those yards.
And that's a big boy that was over there tackling too. Number 73, Brandon Nepchuk, one of the star DNs for this Lake Orion defense. It's not easy to just drag him with you to get extra yards.
Yeah.
So now they huddle near their goal line. The ball will be spotted at about the 11-yard line. 2:39 to play here in the first quarter. Dragons on top of the Wolves, 13-7 in this rivalry game. Here on homecoming in Lake Orion.
Life can get busy, and finding time for doctor's appointments, well, it's tough. That's why I'm...
Short gain, check that out to the 15-yard line. They'll spot that at the 19. So nearly back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 12 coming up. Nice job just picking up a couple yards there. Now gives you real opportunity offensively here for Clarkston to try to push this ball down the field to about the 31-yard line.
Man, I really like the check down there, get it to a 3rd and manageable. They didn't make it impossible. They definitely made it, they definitely have a better chance to get more yards.
Under 2 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Lake Orion on top, 13-7. Ball near hash mark. Clarkston in the winged helmets. Washenko calls for it. Looking, getting pressured, and he just dumps it off. That's a heads-up play. He found Lucas Bowman. He was in trouble and going down. And just like Patrick Mahomes flipped it when he was in trouble, not enough for a first down, gain of 1 out to the 20, and Clarkston's going to have to punt it away.
That's a great awareness play, though, by Washenko, but Peyton McIntyre, linebacker number 45, captain of that defense, says, nuh-uh. He's right there all over it, and he prevents Clarkston from getting anything big.
Stole the words right out of my mouth, Ayden. Washenko has great IQ, but he just can't find anyone open. It's better than a sack, the 1-yard gain.
So Clarkston will punt it away. Back deep for Lake Orion is Jackson Vasquez, and we got a flag on the play as the play clock hits 0. And I don't think Clarkston got a timeout in, so that'll move him back 5 yards. Spotted at about the 16-yard line, and that's where they'll punt this one from. Vasquez, he'll move up 5 yards.
Always unfortunate to take a delay a game. You just hate to see it. Now there's a really bad possibility of the snap flying over his head and going into the end zone.
Or a blocked punt. This Lake Orion special teams is aggressive. They love to go after the punter. Here they come.
Punter stands at the heels at the end zone. This one off the side of the foot, out at about the 30-yard line. So with about 41 seconds left to play here in the first quarter, Lake Orion's going to have tremendous field position, right around actually where they stopped Clarkston on that 4th down conversion in their first drive of the game. They'll have it at about the 30, so it'll be 1st and 10 from there.
And the way this Lake Orion offense has been playing, you got to imagine they stick to the run game. They can maybe get some more chunk plays. T.R. Hill using his legs. Jaden Barrero right up the middle with his power runs, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Let's see if the run game can keep it going here.
So here's Tristan Hill and company coming back out on offense.
Looks like Don Diego Hawkins is in at running back.
Yep, they'll bring him in. A junior running back, they give it to him. Pushes that line forward, pick up 2 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 8, and that's a good defensive stop up front there when we were just talking about it earlier. Had a bit of a tough time in the middle of that defensive line. That's a nice stop.
That's definitely an improvement from last drive. They probably got, the talk from the defensive coordinator, and I feel like they're going to play a lot better.
So that'll be the final play of this first quarter. Dragons on top, 13-7. We got a big one here in Lake Orion. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll take a break. It's the drive to the game here on WJR.
This is SportsCaster.com. Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports?
Ready?
Want to be the next great voice? SportsCaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. A great sports broadcaster is able to capture the action.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Amplify the drama.
To the end zone! Touchdown Detroit Lions! Oh my!
Create memories forever etched in our minds.
A year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
Sends shivers up our spine. make us leap out of our seat, scream at the TV, and even ask ourselves, did that really just happen? Now it's your turn to let your voice be heard.
Once again, versatility, the word of the night for Anthony Battani.
SportsCaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, create your own sports talk show, stir it up with sports commentary, and even take a shot at live play-by-play. Whether young or old, new to sportscasting, or a seasoned voice in sports, just register and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. SportsCaster.com. Now, we put the mic in your hands and put you in the center of the action.
It's going down tonight, yeah. Dive right in.
Start of the second quarter, Dragons on top 13-7. And they've got the ball at the 28-yard line at Clarkston. Trying to find some more points in this rivalry game here on homecoming.
Don Diego Hawkins remains in the backfield again for Lake Orion. He's another one of their speed element backs. He brings speed and agility as well as Jackson Vasquez.
Hill takes the snap, fakes it, throws it. Ooh, well defended there. That is a heck of a play defensively. Brody Roeder able to hang on the hip of the receiver, Jamari Cooper, and there just wasn't a window there. Hill tried to fit it in, but that's just good defensive coverage, and we got a flag. Oh, that one goes to Lake Orion, so that'll back them up. So instead of 2nd and 8, make that 2nd and 13.
Man, that was beautiful coverage there from Brody Roeder. He just stuck to him like glue, and he got his hand in there, and he just denied it.
That was also a dangerous throw from T.R. Hill. That was not very open. That was fantastic coverage.
So they'll continue to keep Don Diego Hawkins in the game, the junior. Again, gives them an extra speed element out of the backfield.
Man, and this crowd is just turning up right now.
Both sides.
Yeah, it is electric, man.
Here's a fake. Hill, feeling that pressure, rolls, tries to square his shoulders. He'll pick up a couple yards till he runs out of real estate. That's good coverage down the field from that Clarkston secondary. There just wasn't anywhere to go with the ball. Hill kept his eyes down the field. Looked like for a second he was going to flip those hips and sling it, but instead runs out of bounds, so it's going to be 3rd and 12.
That was great containment by that Clarkston defense as well to only prevent Hill from only getting about 2 yards on that play as opposed to 20.
And I want to compliment T.R. Hill, as it was a great way to escape from the pocket and not lose any yards from that strong Clarkston D-line.
So they send 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hill takes, getting pressured, stepping up in the pocket, running into his own man, trying to cut it upfield, and he's cut down near the line of scrimmage. That is just really good pursuit by this Wolves defense.
Griffin Bowman, man, he will hit you hard, and he will not ever give up on the play. That's a great play from Griffin Bowman.
And that sets up a long field goal attempt here. Ball's at the 32-yard line, 33-yard line. We've seen the boot.
Hoffman's got the leg to get it there. Can he get it through?
He certainly's got the leg. Does it have enough? No, falls just short and just wide left. That's a good attempt from a long way away. That was, we'll call that a 45-ish yarder. It came up just a hair short there. It really does show you the difference of a kickoff attempt where the ball's on the tee, because he's blown it into the end zone more than once tonight. Mm-hmm. But then when you've got that ball on the ground, any little deviation of where that ball is being held, if the laces are out or not, it can be impacted so many different ways.
Not to mention the running start that you get. It's a pretty minimal running start when you're kicking a field goal. It's only 2 or 3 steps, whereas on a kickoff, you start from about 10 yards behind the ball. And that definitely plays a factor in how much power and distance you can get behind that thing.
So, Anthony, you're a sophomore.
Yep.
You want to go to college. You want to get your degree. You want to be Al Michaels.
Heck yeah, dude. I've been looking up to Al Michaels ever since one of the greatest catches in NFL history, the Odell Beckham Jr. one-hand catch. That is the greatest call in sports history right there.
So we'll get a timeout here. Clarkston will call the timeout. They'll start offensively here at the 20-yard line. And, you know, it's interesting because I think a lot of people, myself included, have looked up to Al Michaels. He's
Absolutely.
had a heck of a career. You're also a lacrosse player. You play hockey.
Yup.
But you are a goal scorer. You're a winger. You like to put the puck in the net.
Oh, yeah, it's my favorite thing to do. You know, a bigger thing than scoring goals is just laying a big hit on someone. That's definitely better than scoring a goal.
Oh, and then you get that physical play in lacrosse, too.
Yeah, you do. But as you guys were talking about earlier, how you don't get that much steps on the field goal, you also have pressure coming at you. But rather a kickoff, you have zero pressure coming towards you.
That's a great point.
Thank you.
So they go 2 running backs in the backfield, kind of stacked.
There's that option
and
offense
this time,
again.
here he goes.
He's still
Rushenko's
fighting.
Still on his feet, pushing forward past the 30 to about the 35-yard line. Call it the 36. That is a heck of a run. A gain of 16 and a first down.
Man, that just goes to show Alex Rushenko's IQ to not throw the jet sweep and just power his way through. If there's one thing this Clarkston team has, it's grit and it's power.
And again, I think that goes to the blocking up front in that offensive line. They've done a really nice job, particularly between the tackles, of just kind of pushing guys off the block, creating those holes. Here's a little flip to the up man. That one stacked right at the line of scrimmage.
Man, it's hard to tackle. It's hard to tackle Lucas Bowman, and Lake Orion just did a great job there of getting him down. Clarkston players slow to get up. That is.
And you also got to credit right there in that defense, Will Hoffman with those fluorescent neon green gloves. He came in like a missile to make that stop. So technically we'll call it a gain of 1 out to the 37-yard line. So 2nd and 9 here for Clarkston as they make a sub.
And I talked about that earlier about Will Hoffman. He'll come at you fast and he will hit you hard with all of his might. He is not scared to put a guy down hard.
They break that huddle quickly and go right to the line. Wyszynski's going to take it. Rushenko pushes forward past the 40-yard line and then taken down hard there. But nice pickup. Call it 7 out to the 44-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 2 coming up. Nicely tackled there. Malachi Hood making the stop.
Man, I have a feeling we're definitely going to see that power run offense either from Lucas Bowman or Griffin Bowman, or we might see another option play from Wyszynko.
That was one of the keys for this Lake Orion defense coming into this game. Stop the Bowman twins. They were the biggest threat this Lake Orion defense was worried about, and so far the Bowman twins have got the edge.
So 3rd and 2. Crowd getting loud here on the Lake Orion side of things. Here's the motion man. It's a double reverse. There's the hold on the edge as that flag gets thrown. It's enough for a first down. Now he'll backtrack. So he would have got to about, he would have called. Now we got another flag, and another flag, and another flag.
Flags flying everywhere, man.
Flags flying everywhere. Would have had enough for the first down, but the initial flag was a hold. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe 5 flags on the turf.
Oh, my.
So dirty laundry out here at Lake Orion will get the call.
You could see, I believe it was number 73, lost his helmet on the play.
Brandon Nepchuk just absolutely followed through with that hit right as the play ended. He drove him to the ground, and his helmet got yanked off with it, but he just decided to finish that hit. He was going to be tough through it.
May have been a little too excessive as the refs are still discussing what their call is.
Yeah, generally you're going to get offsetting penalties here is my guess.
I think
a couple of personals.
I think I saw a big hit, like a late hit at about the 35 by number 13, Malachi Hood. Just laid a dude out after the whistle. That might be what one of the flags was for.
And they have to work through a lot here. There's obviously, 3 or 4 different calls that they're trying to work through. So they're talking through not only what the initial call was.
Yeah.
And my guess is certainly there will be offsetting penalties on both sides. So depending on the count of the penalties on either side, that'll determine where this ball gets spotted and what down and distance it is. So they continue to huddle. They actually moved a little bit further past where they initially were huddled, right near the Lake Orion sideline. You had Chris Bell, the head coach, coming over to try to hear and make his case. So we'll have to see what these calls are here. And now the crew is almost going around to each flag saying, okay, what was this one? What was that one? Now they go over to the one near the Lake Orion logo at about the 45-yard line. The FAR referee picks that one up. So haven't gotten any explanation yet as to what exactly the calls are. Chris Bell continues to plead his case to this crew.
Man, you expect to see a lot of flags thrown in a rivalry game. It's just the aggressiveness. Both teams want it all, as Lake Orion doesn't want to let down their fans on homecoming night, and Clarkston wants to ruin Lake Orion's homecoming. These teams just hate each other.
But at the same time, they've done a really nice job. I mean, up until this point, there hasn't been a ton of penalties. They haven't gotten outside the game here. Both these teams have come in very focused, and that can be the Achilles heel in a game like this, right? Everybody's pumped up. You got the crowds on your side, and you got to be careful to not hurt your team in a way, right? You can make a pass interference down the field. That's an aggressive play on the ball. That's a different set of scenarios than these personal fouls or when things start to get chippy. That's where you can start to blur the lines a little bit.
I have a feeling we're going to start seeing more personal fouls as the game goes on. It's definitely going to get more aggressive as the game goes on.
This is so far, the tension's definitely escalating. It's rising for sure. Hopefully cooler heads prevail here. We don't want to see a game marred by penalties. We want to see a football game played like a football game, not a bunch of yellow flags on the field.
Chris Renwick, it's good to have Ayden Novak, the senior from Lake Orion, in the booth with me. Anthony Del Pup, the sophomore at Clarkston, up in the booth as we take in just a beautiful sight here at Lake Orion. It's what you guys have dubbed to be the Michigan-Ohio State rivalry here in Oakland County. Under 9 to play, Dragons up 13-7.
This is the game, man. This is the game.
So now the crew will go over and explain things to this staff at Clarkston. And, what's interesting is, there are so many great football matchups, high school football matchups across the state. You're hard-pressed to find the type of atmosphere here amongst these two schools.
This rivalry game, there's really nothing like it. I mean, to go back to that Michigan-Ohio State point, if there's even more proof of it, Clarkston's got the winged helmets.
Clarkston with the winged helmets. Very Michigan-esque.
We have not,
I don't think we would have seen this combination from Michigan. I don't think we've seen, maybe we have, the white jerseys and the blue pants.
We have in the past.
And the winged helmets. So
we
over
have
the last couple of years, yeah.
Honestly, I could see this being like the color scheme of like Michigan State.
Michigan State,
You got the green of Lake Orion, and then you got the blue and white.
It's probably a little bit of a better comp, I'd say.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, from a rivalry perspective, maybe. But, Michigan State and Michigan fans don't like each other particularly either.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm sure Anthony can speak for this as well, but the school, when it's Michigan State week, it's always divided coming up on that Saturday.
A little contentious, huh?
Yeah, I'm a Michigan State guy myself. How about you guys?
I'm a Michigan guy. So there you go.
Wow. Adding more to the rivalry, huh?
Uh-huh, absolutely. Even in the booth.
What do you think of Jonathan Smith so far this year?
I mean, it's better than last year. We definitely have a better team. It's just we struggle a lot.
So a couple of personal fouls here on both sides. The initial flag was on a hold. So they're going to move this ball up. So those personal fouls will offset. Seems like they've got things worked out. The holding penalty will be enforced. So they'll spot it, much to the chagrin here of the Lake Orion crowd. They'll spot it at the 50-yard line, and right at midfield. It'll be 1st and 10 here for Clarkston as they break the huddle.
These fans are not happy whatsoever with the call.
I think these fans thought it was going to be a hold on the offense, and it was going to move the ball backwards. I think that's what they're most upset about.
So 1st and 10 here. We get back to action. Alex Wishenko to the shotgun. They throw it out to the flat, and he's met instantly, taken down for a loss. It was a little toss out to Griffin Bowman, but it was A.J. Leitz the one to make the stop, and it's 2nd down and 12.
A.J. Leitz from the secondary all over that swing pass. Fantastic tackle in space. If Bowman breaks that tackle, who knows what happens after that, but Leitz with an amazing stop. Got him in the backfield.
It's hard to bring down the Bowman twins, as we said before, but that's just a great job there. And I'm curious to see what Clarkston's drawing up on this play.
2nd and 12, ball far hash mark. Clarkston moving right to left. They send 2 receivers to the bottom of the formation. Wishenko calls for it, gets it, gives it, trying that left side. Got a little bit of room, and then hit out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Griffin Bowman carrying the rock for the Wolves. So a gain of 7 out to the 45-yard line makes this one a 3rd and 5 with 7:40 to play here in the first half.
I have a feeling we're going to see play action here. Quarterback Alex Wishenko told me they were going to try and focus on the passing game more this game, so I'd expect them to run play action to throw off Lake Orion's defense.
3rd and 5. 2 receivers right. That's the wide side of the field. Single coverage over on those 2 receivers. Wishenko now sends his man in motion.
There's
they
the play
fake
action.
It. Wishenko rolling to his right, and he's going to get sacked. Back at the 45-yard line of Clarkston, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Derek Sheffield, number 66, was all over it in the backfield. What a play by Sheffield. He just got his arm around the quarterback of Clarkston, and he just brought him down single-handedly. What a play by Sheffield.
That's great pass. That's great pass rush there. Lake Orion's defensive line struggled last week against West Bloomfield. They're starting to turn it up.
So Vasquez back deep to field this punt. Good punt. He's going to call for the fair catch and make it at the 23-yard line. So that's where the Dragons will take over offensively. 6:25 to play here in the first half. Dragons on top, 13-7. It has become a bit of a customary question on these Friday night broadcasts. Our Drive to the Game coverage brought to you by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. I walked into the stadium and I was met with this delightful smell of popcorn. What do we got offerings-wise at the concession stand here?
Well, it's not just popcorn. There's a lot at the concession. There's popcorn, there's pizza, there's donuts at a food truck usually.
Oh my goodness.
Like little mini donuts, and they've got so much variety. And of course, the best pop of all time, Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Man, Clarkston has the best popcorn here in Southeast Michigan.
Hill takes it, gives it, trying that far side. He was cut down behind the line of scrimmage. It was Billy Adams on the carry.
Great tackle there.
So loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling we're going to see a blitz here. This Clarkston defense loves to play aggressive in these type of situations.
So now they'll bring in Kyle England. Now they'll split him out wide.
He's Lake Orion's deep threat. If he breaks away from this defender, watch out.
They go empty set.
Oh,
fake the sweep, and he is tackled, gang tackled. There was nobody there to block them. They got right through the line, did that Wolves front 4, wrapped them up. It's going to be another loss.
That's
back inside the 20.
That's a great job from Clarkston's D-line. But if you would have seen, Bodie Davis and Griffin Bowman get in the backfield too. Overall, just a great play, and I told you there was going to be a blitz. They sent the house.
Ratcheting down here defensively. Now it's 3rd and long. call it 3rd and 15. Ball at the 16-yard line, under 5 to play. 3rd and 15. Hill takes. We got a flag. That play clock was running down to 2. Looks like somebody a little bit jumpy on the offensive line. That'll move them back. So it'll be 3rd and forever, 3rd and 20. They need their own 33-yard line.
That's a long way to go, especially for this Lake Orion offense. Definitely more run heavy. They don't throw the ball a ton. They have the ability to. Like I said, Kyle England, he's their deep threat. He can get open down the field and pose a big play, but it doesn't happen too often with Lake Orion's offense. They are very, very run heavy.
I have a feeling we're going to see heavy zone coverage here from Clarkston's defense, and they are definitely backing off of the receivers.
Hill takes. 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket, now rolls to his right, looks for his receiver, got it. It's Vasquez, who's tackled immediately at about the 20-yard line. That is really nice coverage downfield. Griffin Bowman made the stop from his linebacker spot.
I told you, that linebacker core is dangerous. They can cover and they can rush.
So clock continues to run. 4 minutes left here in the first half, and the Dragons are going to have to punt it away. Will Hoffman to put a foot on it.
This could be a great opportunity for Clarkston to score a touchdown here, as they will probably get the ball in Lake Orion territory. What a rocket. Oh my goodness.
So let's see where they spot that. They'll spot it at the 45-yard line, so coming off the side of the foot there. Good starting field position here for Clarkston. Plenty of time. 2 timeouts left, 3:47, and they'll have the ball in enemy territory at the Lake Orion 45.
Anthony, you called it. A little bit of a shorter punt. Like Clarkston starts in plus territory here.
Yep. I have a feeling we're definitely going to see a lot of option here in the short time. They're going to try and chew this clock down so they can possibly take the lead at halftime.
So out comes Alex Washenko, the sophomore righty, settles into the shotgun. They send 4 receivers to the right. Calls for the ball, gives it with a hole up the middle. Nice tackle there to save what potentially could have been a pretty big gain. Peyton McIntyre made the stop. Lucas Bowman on the carry. It's a gain of 8.
Clarkston has a 2-headed beast at running back with the Bowman twins. They remind me of Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery with how aggressive they run.
They stay with the same formation. Why not? Give it to Bowman again. Nope, he's going to keep it.
There's the option.
Rashutski's got it. Still on his feet. And then finally ridden down at the 20-yard line. That was a hard tackle there, and he is on the ground. Washenko able to get up with a little help from his friends. They'll spot it at the 19-yard line. It's enough for a first down. It's what you get when you've got somebody like Lucas Bowman in the backfield. They're expecting it, but instead it's the keeper for a big gain.
I told you, we're going to see a lot of this option offense and a lot of this running offense. Clarkston is going to try and chew this clock down to potentially take the lead and not give Lake Orion a drive.
2:50 to play here in the half.
Pistol formation, it looks like.
1st and 10. They give it. Bowman sticks a foot in the ground, cuts it upfield. Inside the 15, inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line, right near that first down marker. And they're going to give him that first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal for Clarkston.
Spectacular.
Inside the 10.
Spectacular blocking there from the Clarkston O-line. You look at some of the big names on this O-line. You have left tackle Hayden Flavin coming in at about 6'8". He's an absolute monster. And then you got Zach Radwick, just 2 absolute monsters. Both are juniors. It's a duo, man. Dynamic duo.
2:15 to play. Clarkston looking for some. Inside the 10. They give it up the middle. Still pushing, churning at the 3-yard line. Oh. And he's taken down right there. That is Lucas Bowman on the carry. You can credit that defense for the stop. They were there, but he just kept churning those legs and it's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 3.
That's the aggressiveness from Lucas Bowman, just his grit and his determination to get more yards. He wants to get in that end zone bad.
And now the clock here, not really much of an issue. Clarkston's got all the time in the world defensively trying to stop that run.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up. With this run, it seems like Lake Orion's getting great penetration in the backfield. You always see guys in the backfield, but there's always a hole in that offensive line, and the running backs are able to hit it for Clarkston every time.
Washenko was going to take that one up the middle, but it is blown dead. There's a flag on the field, and it looks like it's going to be against Clarkston. Ooh. So that'll move them outside the 5-yard line. They'll spot it at the 8, so it's going to be 2nd and goal from there.
Man, you hate to take penalties in the red zone. It just gets you further away from the end zone.
Again, time not an issue. Clock ticks 1:16 here in the first half. Clarkston down by 6. They've got the ball, 2nd and goal from the 8. Check that, the 9-yard line. Washenko with 4 receivers to the right. Calls for it, it's a keeper. Puts a foot in the ground, cuts it upfield. Maybe a gain of 1. So now it's going to be 3rd down.
Man, that penalty really just messed up Clarkston's momentum. They were consistently getting 5 to 10 yards a carry, and right there you're going to see only a 1-yard gain.
So let's see what Clarkston and this staff decides to do here.
I have a feeling we could possibly see a play action, we could see a jet sweep, or we could see an option.
So my guess is here, 19 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to run this thing down and take a timeout. So they do take the timeout with 22 seconds left. So it's third and goal from the 7-yard line. And I do wonder a little bit if the Clarkston staff says, all right, we have 2 shots at this thing. We're not going to kick the field goal, although points are at a premium in rivalry games, as you guys know. But at this point, you're down at the 7-yard line. Anthony talked about the push that they've been getting and a little bit of that momentum killer from that penalty. But at the plenty of time, 22 seconds left. They've got that 1 timeout, so they can still stop the clock before the time expires here in the first half.
Absolutely.
And Lake Orion's perspective now, right? It's stop the run.
Yep.
Stop the run. We got to make sure, this is where fundamentals come into play. Watch the ball. Quarterback certainly can keep it, may keep it, but you've got a couple of backs in the backfield that can make you pay. So at this point, it's stopping the run.
And it's really, like you said, just watching the ball because, like you said, it's quarterback's a threat, running back's a threat. They always could have motion thrown in there. Wide receiver could be a threat. They've just got to keep their heads on a swivel and just expect the unexpected here.
All right, 22 seconds left. 3rd and goal here for Clarkston. Down 6. They do send the motion.
Oh.
Washenko keeps it, and he gets tackled.
Great play there.
That was Travis Acker, number 43. He plays both sides of the ball. He's a great, hard-hitting linebacker, just like Will Hoffman, and he gets in the backfield quick right there.
All right, so let's see what the Clarkston staff decides to do. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. They'll stop the clock, take that last time out, 1.7 seconds left to go. And I think now, look, if it were me, points are at a premium in a rivalry game. You feel good getting a couple of points if you can. Here, going into the half, I would take this field goal if they feel comfortable with that unit. Otherwise, you're looking at a 4th and goal from the 7-yard line. Defensively, they've tightened up down here inside the shadow of their own end zone.
Yes.
Ever since that penalty was called on Clarkston, it seems like everything's just fallen apart. They had a great running drive going, and it just collapsed.
So some decisions to make here on this Clarkston sideline. Looks like that offensive unit continues to huddle there.
I have a feeling we're going to see Ayden O'Neal come out and kick the field goal.
Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what they're doing.
As in warm-ups, he was kicking the ball so far, he was hitting the SportsCaster tent, man. He was hitting the equipment.
Yeah, we were watching from warm-ups. He was booting them from 45 yards away, 50 yards away. He was making them with a little bit of room to spare.
Yeah.
He's definitely got a very, very good leg.
And the fans are absolutely electric right now.
All right, last play of the half. Snap, hold, kick is up, clock says 0, and it's good.
Beautiful.
So Clarkston cashes in here at halftime. They trail Lake Orion 13-10. You're not going to want to go anywhere. We got a good second half action, rivalry day here at Lake Orion. It's homecoming too. Throw everything into the mix. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to our Drive to the Game coverage brought to you by our Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. We'll continue next here on WJR.
So what we're doing with SportsCaster.com is we're giving people a platform, a community, all focused on sports broadcasting, whether it be a podcast, a piece of commentary, stirring it up with the other guys, the Michigan, Ohio State fans getting together on a particular issue and really going at it, whatever it may be, or a live play-by-play opportunity. People can go there, subscribe to the channels, enjoy their favorite sports broadcasters and their commentary and their content. And it's a great way for people to learn and hone their craft before they go out and, do it at the NFL or the college level.
Well, I think that's a great idea. I truly do, and it's going to help broadcasters. You asked me earlier, what should a young broadcaster do to get started? Exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Find a way to get on that SportsCaster.com, get on that high school broadcast, and when you do, tape it, so that you have an audition tape that you can send to some other outlet, wherever it is, and say, hey, this is what I can do. This is what I've done before. Like actors send out lists of credits. Yep. This is a movie I've done before. This is a voiceover I've done before. Same thing with sportscaster.com. Get on that broadcast, find a way and do it, and then tape it, and then send it along so that someone else gets an opportunity. Who knows, you may get hired, and you're not just 1 week, you're 10 weeks in a row. And that's how you do it. It's hard. It doesn't pay a lot of money. But if you're really committed and you really want to do it, hopefully, there's nothing more rewarding. There's one of those things I tell people, I said, if you have a job you love, you don't work a day in your life. Yeah. Well, I'm guilty. And that's kind of what being a sports broadcaster, especially in play-by-play, I was very, very lucky to do that. But it starts out hard, but once you get there, it's very rewarding.
The Drive to the Game is sponsored by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Also sponsored by McLaren Healthcare. Now, for hometown halftime coverage, here's Chris Renwick.
All right, welcome back. It is halftime. We've got a good one here for you this evening. And, when you talk about all of the important businesses in our community, there are a whole bunch to name. But when it comes to what people really need, what they need to focus on, obviously insurance is top of mind for many folks. Dave Peabody is the Chief Development Officer for Legacy Partners Insurance and joins me here at halftime. Dave, it's great to have you.
Great to be here.
Yeah, how has the industry changed over the last
pizza time? Why does this thing always get so hot when you raise your voice?
Period of growth. So, we're one of the fastest growing agencies here in Southeast Michigan.
Pizza time.
And, we've just seen a lot of opportunity. Our region is, fortunate to be, a growing region. So, our niche is small.
There's freaking ants all over this.
So we've really been able to
establish
ourselves as a one-stop shop for all their insurance.
It's Ant City.
And when you talk about that one-stop shop for businesses, that can be incredibly important and valuable that they don't have to go around from one company to another. So when you offer all of these insurance plans for folks, it's highly recommended that you go with one company. Tell me a little bit about what you guys specialize in specifically.
Yeah, so, obviously we do home and auto for thousands of people here in Metro Detroit, but on the commercial side, what we're able to do is kind of go into a business that maybe isn't getting the attention that they need and make sure that they're insured properly. We do everything.
Who gets
all
the ball
their commercial needs.
after this half?
We can do benefits.
Lake Orion scored first, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they?
Medicare enrollment for
so they got the ball?
It's Lake Orion gets the ball because Lake Orion kicked down here to Clarkston.
Some discounts and some opportunities. personal home
Clarkston
and auto
gets the
things.
ball. No, Lake Orion.
Really, we just kind of try and be
At least
that
they
partner
should,
for that business so they can think about the things that are integral to their day-to-day operations and let us handle the headaches of insuring them.
So when you get a business calling or even a personal plan outside of the business perspective, what are some of the biggest questions you get from folks?
Really, what should I be doing? For us, it's making sure that people are insured properly. So we want to kind of ask them more questions. There's obviously we're in a rising rate environment, so people want to understand, maybe why are my rates going up? Why does a hurricane in Florida right now, for example, impact me here in Michigan? So, we can kind of walk them through that and then make sure that their needs are being met properly. So, what they have in their home, what type of car they're driving, what their experience is. Let's make sure they're with the right carrier. Let's make sure that they're paying the right price for the right coverage. And there are things like that we can do that'll mitigate at least some of the rate increases that they're seeing.
Yeah, and it's a great point because what happens all around the country impacts certainly those of us here in Michigan, in Metro Detroit. So when you're looking at all of these national trends, whether it's, interest rates fluctuating or, major events like you mentioned, Hurricane Milton down in Florida, how do you take into account all of these things and then find the right program for people?
Yeah, for us, again, it's just really understanding our customers. We're fortunate, especially here in Michigan. Our team, most of us are deeply rooted here in Southeast Michigan. So, where do you live? What are the factors that, are unique to your circumstances? And, using our experience both geographically here and, nationally and globally with the carriers that we work with, we can help them find the right partner to make sure that they're best insured and they're, at least paying a rate that makes sense for what their needs are.
So then somebody comes in or a business approaches you and said, all right, I need X, Y, and Z. And then you go through the offerings that you have and you find that perfect match. Then on the other side of it, there's the communication, there's the keeping up with folks to make sure that they're happy, to make sure that they are properly insured. What happens on the back end? Once you get somebody in the door, once you talk to them and you find the right plan for them, is there a lot of care and attention paid to those folks that work with you to make sure that their plan fits them perfectly?
Yeah, that's what makes us special. So, what's unique to Legacy is we give our customers all the benefits of being with a huge broker, but with kind of that personal touch of, what you consider to be like your Main Street agency, right? So, they're going to work with one of our experts here and, that's going to be their guy. And, if you have a question, if you have, any thoughts or needs, obviously, they're going to be here, but we're also working on the back end and, each year, insurance renews. So we're prepared. We make sure that you're in the best situation and, kind of take care of our folks that way.
It's Dave Peabody, the Chief Development Officer for Legacy Partners Insurance. Dave, appreciate your time this evening. We'll talk to you again soon.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Cooper, sometimes for, people like us, up-and-coming broadcasters, we have our podcast coming up, Cooper and Carter, SportsCaster Original. There might not be places for us to post, but now we just have this opportunity.
It makes me smile.
Now we have SportsCaster, and oh, what a lovely place it is.
Okay, now you're getting me excited.
I am, because now we can post our podcast. Sure. We can post little clips.
Of course.
We can voice over, professional plays going on in the sports world. We can connect with people like Detroit Lions play-by-play Dan Miller. I mean, the opportunities are just endless, and I absolutely love it.
I absolutely love it as well. Giving us an opportunity and experience that we only could have dreamed of. And now SportsCaster is giving it to us on a silver platter. That's what it does, and that's what it's here for. SportsCaster. We put the mic in your hands.
My name's Cody Stedman. I'm from Saline High School. I'm going to be broadcasting for the Saline team for WJR. I never really thought that sportscasting would be my thing. I was really going towards radio journalism and broadcast journalism. But hey, if this is on the road to it, might as well hit it.
The give, Rush cuts it upfield into the end zone. Touchdown, Saline. That's the magic I was just talking about.
the coolest thing about being with sportscasters.com is that you get to know what the fans are talking about. You get to research what the team is thinking about even before the game starts. And being at the game, being able to report about the plays and knowing what the team is feeling like before you go into the game, it's a real big moment to.
Welcome back to Dragon Stadium here, halftime. Welcome back to Dragon Stadium. Justin Rose in for Jeff Sloan and Michael Spath, joined with a couple of student broadcasters. Taryn Fritchin, she's down on the end, and then Nick Whitten, student at Clarkston, and it is the Wolves that are down to the Dragons 13-10 at the break. Good rivalry game, 2 4-2 football teams, and these two teams no love lost, as we saw a couple of big hits, maybe a little extracurriculars after the whistle a little bit, but that's to be expected in a rivalry game, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but yeah, penalties are expected more in a rivalry game because the teams have more anger towards each other.
You know what? Are you a little angry that team's not winning right now?
I'm surprised.
Tell me about that. I think I'm a little bit surprised too. Not because either team is glaringly better. Again, 2 4-2 football teams, but it just seems like we had fireworks. Kind of 3 of the first 4 possessions resulted in points, and then things kind of settled down. Taryn, I know you were up and down the sidelines, kind of taking notes on this game. What did you kind of see from these two teams?
I would say that Lake Orion sideline was a lot more hyped up, and especially because there's just such a big crowd. It's the homecoming game, and this is just such a big rivalry for not only Lake Orion, but obviously Clarkston. And for the entire second quarter, I pretty much stayed on that Clarkston sideline, and they're a lot more quiet. They have a lot less space for their fans to be, and Clarkston was getting a little upset at some calls about some penalties, and so I just think that it's just really been playing a huge part in it, especially because Clarkston's only had that 1 touchdown, whereas Lake Orion's had 2, and they've come out pretty strong.
Well, they kicked a field goal, Clarkston, that is, at the end of the half as time expired. A good boot by their kicker. Both kickers. I mean, Lake Orion attempted what seemed to be a 48-yard field goal if you're doing the math at home. And in a high school football game, I don't care where you're at in the country, 48-yard field goal, pretty low odds in the history that I've seen with it. But hey, he only missed it by a couple. So both kickers. Tell me, do you know Clarkston kicker? Do you know anything about him?
Yeah, Ayden O'Neill, Clarkston kicker, sophomore, number 17. Sorry.
Okay.
I know he trains hard in the weight room and he practices kicks a lot.
Does he play soccer? Is he one of those kids that does the double duty, or is he?
I don't think so, but I don't know. He's odd guy.
I mean, he's, kickers and goalies. That's the two where you got to kind of be a little bit, more interesting. I guess that's the best way to put it. Taryn, as we take a look at what's going to happen here in the second half, I mean, obviously, it's just a 3-point game, 1 possession. I believe Lake Orion gets the football to start the second half, so if they can script something together here, this could be a 2-score game once again.
This game is, in my opinion, Clarkston's biggest this entire year, because I don't know if this was mentioned in the pregame. However, Clarkston has to win this game for them to be tied for Oxford for first in the OAA Red, because Oxford had beat West Bloomfield last night. But if Lake Orion wins, the OAA Red goes to Oxford.
No matter what?
No matter what.
Really?
They will win. They will win the OAA Red. And the playoffs are obviously set in a point system, so all 5 teams in the OAA Red, so Oxford, Clarkston, Lake Orion, Rochester, Adams, and West Bloomfield, they will most likely all be in, because that is just the high level of the OAA Red. However, this game, if Clarkston does not get this win, it goes to Oxford. And that's why I think that this, not only rivalry, not only homecoming, but to have Clarkston lock up that OAA Red, they will be set, and I think that they will just ride on that high for the rest of the season.
Well, and for Lake Orion, they would feel pretty good about themselves as well, stopping their rival from getting a conference championship, winning on homecoming night, which, as we all know, everyone has a homecoming somewhere, whether it's in high school or in college. You want your team to win that particular home game for multitude of reasons. But Lake Orion, they're pretty fired up. They got a great crowd out here tonight. I mean, you know, what do you think about this atmosphere? I know you're from the rival team, but I mean, this is pretty impressive, is it not?
A lot of people are in the stands. I don't see an empty seat at all. And I saw there was a flag. They were hoisting some sort of banner across the student section.
You only see that in big arenas and big stadiums around the country, and they pulled it off here at Lake Orion, so that was very interesting to see. You got a little extended coverage with us, 13-7, Lake Orion on top of Clarkston at the half. Justin Rose alongside Nick Whitten, Taryn Fritching, our student broadcasters. This is the first time you've covered a game on the sideline. Give me some of your thoughts about this. This is what we're trying to do here at SportsCaster.com. Give the kids an opportunity who maybe have never done something like this before. So what's your first reactions?
Well, it's definitely a lot different than I expected. The headphone audio is a bit odd, but I don't know. It feels weird, like having a voice like relayed. I don't know, but
it's okay. This is the first time you've done this, Taryn. You're a little bit more seasoned with it now, but how have you grown over the first 7 weeks of this season?
Honestly, I say this every week. I really just say that I just utilize my resources a lot, because my dad, who's helping broadcast for Lake Orion TV right now, we ended up coming to practice on Wednesday, and my dad used to work at Lake Orion, and so he knew Coach Chris Bell. He knew one of the JV coaches because he works in the summer camps with him. He used to coach defensive backs coach for Lake Orion, Jeff Heath, who is a former NFL player. He played for the Cowboys, the Saints, and the Raiders 10 years. And his dad, who is also a Lake Orion coach. So they are side by side. But I really just say that I love utilizing my resources, and that's why I was able to talk to Chris Bell earlier this week. And it really just helped me because it helps get that inside perspective, whereas you don't know how these coaches are feeling until you ask them.
No, it's absolutely. Relationships so important in the broadcasting and journalism realm. Nick, of course, you have relationships with some of these guys that are on the football team. So as Clarkston comes back out onto the field to start their preparations, a couple minutes left before we kick things back up to the booth with Chris Renwick and our student broadcasters, what was said at halftime? What was the coach's message, you think, to this team? What do you think, and what student athlete maybe stepped up and said, hey guys, not tonight, we're not losing this football game?
Well, I know Coach Pintar really likes to rally his team around cooperation and teamwork with team dinners every Thursday. So I think there was definitely some inspiration about how we can turn this around and work on our weaknesses, which I saw some passing weaknesses. But I think that do
you think that you said in the pregame you would hope that they, you know, the pass offense for Lake Orion and the pass defense, do you think that the pass defense has done enough? Who's it on more for Clarkston to turn it around? Is it the offense or is it the defense?
I think it's the offense. Lake Orion is defending the pass very well, but I see a lot of rushing plays with Alice Washenko, quarterback. He gets in there pretty well. They don't have an easy time defending that.
Okay.
But I think if the offense steps it up a little bit, then they can tie this game up and hopefully come back to win it.
All right, Taryn, you're going to be on the other side for Lake Orion. What do they need to do in the second half? They have the lead, 2 touchdowns, missed extra point, 13-10. They've been able to keep Clarkston kind of at bay. So who's it more on in the second half, the offense or the defense?
I'd honestly say the offense, because I think that their defense has just been pretty calm the entire game, and that's why they've kept to 10. Obviously, it's a 3-point game, and so it's still close. But I think that the O-line needs to step up, especially on that left side, because the Clarkston defensive line is just getting to Tristan Hill just way too easily, and I just think that the left offensive side of Lake Orion's offense just really needs to step it up.
I absolutely agree with both of your points. It's going to be very interesting. So, Got about a minute and a half left before we send it back up to Chris Renwick. Who you got in the second half, guys? Let's start with you. Who do you think is going to win this game? You think your team's going to come back and get it done?
I think they can do it. I mean, they only need another field goal, so if we can stop Lake Orion here on this drive and then come back to tie it up, I think that with some good rushing plays, some good passing plays, and some missteps by the defense, we should be able to win this one.
Okay, Taryn, what do you think?
I think that Lake Orion's going to come out strong on this homecoming night, spoil their rivalry's chance at tying for the OAA Red, and I think that Lake Orion will come out with the W tonight.
Okay, of course, they're split down the middle, which leaves it to me before we send it back up to Chris Renwick. I just feel like the home team's got the edge right now. It's going to be interesting to see if Clarkston can get something done. Maybe they do, but I think those Dragons and this home crowd are going to help them push them to the finish line. So, for Taryn Fritching, for Nick Whitten, I'm Justin Rose. We will talk to you and some of the winning players after the game is over, so keep it locked in right here. But in the meantime, we're going to send it back up to the booth, our student broadcasters, and Chris Renwick. The second half call coming at you next.
Cooper, sometimes for, people like us, up-and-coming broadcasters, we have our podcast coming up, Cooper and Carter, SportsCaster Original. There might not be places for us to post, but now we just have this opportunity.
It makes me smile.
Now we have SportsCaster, and oh, what a lovely place it is.
Okay, now you're getting me excited.
I am, because now we can post our podcast. We can post little clips.
Of course.
We can voice over, professional plays going on in the sports world. We can connect with people like Detroit Lions play-by-play Dan Miller. I mean, the opportunities are just endless, and I absolutely love it.
I absolutely love it as well, giving us an opportunity and experience that we only could have dreamed of, and now SportsCaster is giving it to us on a silver platter. That's what it does, and that's what it's here for. SportsCaster. We put the mic in your hands.
My name's Cody Stedman. I'm from Saline High School. I'm going to be broadcasting for the Saline team for WJR. I never really thought that sportscasting would be my thing. I was really going towards radio journalism and broadcast journalism. But hey, if this is on the road to it, might as well hit it.
The give, Rush cuts it upfield into the end zone. Touchdown, Saline. That's the magic I was just talking about.
The coolest thing about being with sportscasters.com is that you get to know what the fans are talking about. You get to research what the team is thinking about even before the game starts. And being at the game, being able to report about the plays and knowing what the team is feeling like before you go into the game, it's a real big moment to
You're getting the only high school football game coverage in Southeast Michigan you need. The Drive to the Game. Sponsored by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Also sponsored by McLaren Healthcare. Once again, Chris Renwick.
Welcome back. Rivalry week, homecoming here at Lake Orion. The Dragons have a 13-10 lead going into the second half here. Chris Renwick along with Ayden Novak, the senior at Lake Orion, and Anthony Del Pup, the sophomore at Clarkston. Fellas, this one has been as advertised. Couple of two really good teams playing mostly disciplined football there through the first two quarters. Ayden, I want to get your thoughts. What do your Dragons need to do here to keep this narrow lead and come away with the win here on homecoming?
Well, I think they played a fantastic first half, so I honestly say just keep doing what they've been doing. They were dominant running the ball for most of the first half, so keep that rushing game going on the offense. And then the defense, they were bend, don't break. That was their big thing, was bend, don't break. They gave up a lot of chunk plays in between the 20s. Once they got in the red zone, once Clarkston got in the red zone, the defense stepped up and held them.
And it was a big win there to end the second half to only hold them to a field goal. Anthony, what do you got?
I feel like
hold on 1 second. Let me hit your button there. There you go.
I have a feeling that we need to improve on our passing attack. We haven't really been passing the ball effectively. We've been mainly passing, and it's really just killed us. The penalties we've also been struggling with. We've gotten a lot of penalties that have cost us. we had that drive at the end of the half, which that delay of game completely messed up our momentum and really set us back from scoring a touchdown.
I'll tell you, though, I think the quarterbacks have been absolutely integral. Whether it's Alex Washenko or Tristan Hill, both of those guys have been very effective in reading those defenses and making the right calls, whether it's a quick sweep, whether it's a give, whether it's a take, and they've both been effective in the run game. All right, so Lake Orion kick things off. To start this game, they will receive here to start the second half. We're lined up, ready to go. Second half action here in Lake Orion. This one kicked up, fluttering into the end zone, through the end zone. Heck of a kick there. And the Dragons will start things off at their own 20.
This is where the Dragons impose their running game. Like I said before, they just need to keep maintaining that rushing offense, getting T.R. Hill's legs going, get Jane Barrero some carries, Don Diego Hawkins, Jackie Vasquez, Travis Acker, get their running backs and their quarterback involved in the run game.
Clarkston's defense needs to step up and stop Tristan Hill. He's been running around back there, and he's been able to throw the ball and able to run the ball.
Defensively, they've gotten some pressure on Tristan Hill, but he's been able to evade most of it. So now they kick things off here. First and 10 from their own 20. Vasquez goes in motion, left to right. Hill calls for it, gets it, gives it. There was a hole there for just a second. Jaden Barrio had enough for about a 1.5 yard gain, but he was swallowed up by that front. It's second down.
That's great pressure there. That's all we can say about that. Great pressure. They had multiple defenders on him and brought him to the ground.
Ball spotted near hash mark at the 22, so a gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8. Dragons on top 13-10. Great atmosphere here on homecoming. I've seen robots, I've seen dragons, I've seen smoke. Unbelievable here at Lake Orion, under the lights here on Friday night. 2nd and 8, 3 receivers right. Hill throws, wide receiver screen, runs into one of the screens, and then finally taken down at the 25-yard line. So a quick pass, a gain of 2 out to the 25, brings up 3rd and 5. They need the 30 for a fresh set.
Going back to that robot that you mentioned, that thing is actually a staple here at Lake Orion. We have a great robotics program, a great robotics team. They call them Team 302. That's actually a T-shirt cannon robot that they have.
No.
Yes, it is. It's remote controlled. They launch T-shirts to all parts of the bleachers. It is amazing.
That's sweet.
2 receivers left, 1 right, ball far hash mark. Hill takes, 3-step drop, throws, got a man, out across the 30 to the 35, and then taken down shy of the 40-yard line, wrangled up by the feet and forced out of bounds. That is a gain of 7, enough for a first down. They spot it at the 37-yard line, so a gain of 7. Fresh set of downs here for the Dragons.
Clarkston's cornerback there, he tripped over his own leg, allowing that catch. I believe that was number 7, Jack Kopshin.
And that was back-to-back passes to number 5, Kyle England. 2 passes from Hill, 2 receptions by England, and a first down.
So fresh set here from the 37. Tristan Hill tries the option, but he keeps it up the middle, holding on to that football, lowering his shoulder at the 45-yard line, and then taken down at the 47. That is a hard-fought 10-yard gain by Tristan Hill, and it's enough for a first down.
That was a crushing hit that T.R. Hill took as well. He got sandwiched in between 2 defenders, still secured that football, and popped right back up. He just absorbed the hit, got enough for the first down. It's great toughness play by T.R. Hill.
The senior gets 10 out to the 47-yard line. So just shy of that 50-yard strike, brings up 1st and 10.
Can we talk about how well both these quarterbacks have ran the option offense? It has just been spectacular.
So a little bit of miscommunication here, and the Dragons are going to have to take a timeout.
T.R. Hill goes down on the
field. Yeah, Hill goes down.
Looks like a leg injury there.
Near that sideline. I think initially that timeout was called by the Lake Orion staff. There was a little bit of confusion. They had a player coming off late, and a little bit of frustration, not quite on the same page, and now Tristan Hill on the ground getting some attention.
I think that hit may have shaken him up a little bit. because he seems to be up and back on the field.
And Lake Orion cannot afford to lose their starting quarterback again. He has already gone down once this season.
Ooh.
The Troy game, in week 3, he went down with a torn labrum in his left shoulder. He missed the Oxford game. Lake Orion proceeded to lose that game, and it just proved how valuable he is to this offense, not having him out there.
That's just part of being a scrambling quarterback, man. Taking the big hits,
Yep.
Here's the sweep, then give. Ooh. That's Barrio up the middle. He'll get 2 out to the 49-yard line. Hit hard at the line, but he's able to fall forward for 2 with second down.
Both teams are definitely playing way more aggressive this half. We've seen a lot more big hits.
Wind not much of a factor today, blowing just slightly, but not much of a factor, particularly on the ground game. They're not having an issue at all. And now, looking at a 2nd and 8 from the 49.
Looks like England's the late guy on the field.
Hill calls for it, fakes the pitch, going to take it himself.
Oh.
Hit hard in Clarkston territory. That is a heck of a hit there by Brady Beck, the starting free safety for this Clarkston defense. Stops him short of the first down. Ball spotted at the 46 of Clarkston, so it's going to be 3rd and 3.
Man, Brady Beck's been really quiet today. He's definitely shown out the past few games, but he's been quiet this game. Hopefully we can see something out of him shortly.
Big 3rd down here for both of these units. Ball near hash mark. They go heavy up front.
Wide open space on that right side.
Hill takes, gives. That's Barrio, lower in the shoulder. Got enough for a first down, picked up 3. Out to the 43-yard line. That's just good, hard running inside.
And that is Jaden Barrero's specialty. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. He is a power back at heart, and it shows right there. Just pounds it right up the middle for the first down.
The junior's got good size, and I'll tell you, feels like he likes the contact.
Oh, he absolutely loves that contact. He's not afraid to lower his shoulder, lower his helmet, and just barrel through everything.
So Tristan Hill gets his orders from the staff. They huddle near midfield. They're going to send 3 receivers out right. Ball near hash mark. Lake Orion moving right to left. At the 43 inside Clarkston territory.
Oh.
Here's a give up the middle. Good hard running there. Don Diego Hawkins getting in the mix once again here. First action in the second half gives them just shy of that first down. They're going to call it a first down. So he got to that 33-yard mark, and it's enough for a first down for the Dragons.
Lake Orion's rushing game has been incredible this game, as we just saw there. They just keep picking up first downs with the running game.
And they keep rotating the backs in and out. Like the play previous, it was Jaden Barrero. That play was the speed back, Don Diego Hawkins. And here's Barrero again. They just keep rotating these backs through.
Their running back room reminds me of Boise State. You got Ashton Genty, John Brez, Dubar. You got all those guys.
Yep.
Here's a keeper up the middle, out to the 30-yard line, pick up 3, bring up second down. And there comes Don Diego Hawkins once again. Barrio gets a spell. Under 7 to play, 6:35. Dragons maintaining their 13-10 lead. Looking for more. Ball at the 30-yard line near hash mark.
Fans are getting loud, folks.
So now Hawkins back in the backfield. They send Kyle England out wide. He's got single coverage to the wide side of the field. Hill takes, gives Hawkins, met right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there. Nice job up front. Drew Ball there. He plays that nose tackle spot along this 4-4 defense here for Clarkston. Made him pay at the scrimmage. No gain, 3rd and 7.
Clarkston's D-line has been struggling, but we see a little bit of light there as they cause a no-game play.
So big 3rd down here for the Dragons.
There's Barrero again. They keep cycling those backs back and forth. On and off they go. Never know what to expect.
2 receivers out right. Hill to the shotgun. He's got Barrero to his left. Takes, throws over the middle. Got a man. Out to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Dragons.
That was number 88, the tight end, big Ryan Rochelo. Just broke free, had that short little 5-yard hitch route. And he makes a move on the defender, and he shows his speed with those long legs, and he takes it all the way. Lake Orion up by 2 possessions.
On the right side of the field, you could have seen the linebacker come down for the blitz. Tristan Hill staying patient, and he just finds the big tight end for the touchdown. Great play there from the Dragons.
Almost a little pick play. They had a receiver come across the field, and Ryan Rochelo was there, found that block, and rumbled all the way to the end zone.
I was just about to talk about how the tight ends this game have been quiet. Not now.
Extra point attempt is up and good. 5:22 to play here in the third quarter, and the Dragons expand their lead. They're up by 10, 20-10. You know, what's interesting about this game is the history of it all, right? And Clarkston had a big kind of tilt in this rivalry over the last couple of years.
Well, yeah, we had a lot of great prospects. You know, you look back, you look at 4-star Desmond Stevens, who's playing at USC now. You look at guys like Brody Cozen, 3-star, who's playing at Indiana. Currently, we lost a lot of big names, and we got a lot of guys who are looking to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, that
here.
Indiana team is really good in the Big Ten this year.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Lake Orion was able to break through last year, got a big win by 21 points.
They did, yes, at Clarkston's place as well, won that rivalry trophy. But, however, they met twice that season in the playoffs. They met a second time. In the district championship game, Lake Orion hosted the game. Clarkston ended up winning 39-38 and taking home the district and ending Lake Orion's undefeated season. And back to that Brody Cozen name, couple Hail Marys, long balls to him, 6'6" tight end.
Man, yeah.
And he made a play on the ball, and he led Clarkston to a comeback win against Lake Orion last year.
So that kickoff goes into the end zone, so Clarkston will start at their own 20.
Back to what Ayden was saying, Brody Cozen was actually the one who got the game-sealing touchdown to bring home the district championship.
That was a heartbreaker for Lake Orion because they were 10-0, first undefeated regular season in school history going into that game. State title hopes, and they were ended early by Clarkston.
Let's see what Washenko can do.
Gives it to Griffin Bowman along the left side. Met at the line of scrimmage, nothing doing.
Beautiful pass rush there from Lake Orion. Bowman just swallowed alive, and there's not much you can do in that situation.
5 minutes left here in the third. Dragons on top, 20-10. Chris Renwick in the booth, along with Ayden Novak at Lake Orion and Anthony Del Pup at Clarkston, and we got a good one. So they huddle back at the 10-yard line, break that huddle quick, and right to the line. Got a little change there. There were 11 in the huddle, and then they made a switch. So single coverage on the outside. Now they bring him in motion, left to right. Takes, gives, Bowman, little stutter step, and then running over a tackler at the 25-yard line, falls forward to the 27. So a nice pickup of 8 brings up third and short coming up.
There's that aggressiveness from the Bowman twins. I don't know which one, I couldn't see the number, but there's that aggressiveness and strength, and he just runs over a defender.
Doesn't matter to the Bowman, right? They're both physical runners.
They are both physical runners. Yeah, we had.
And here go the stands. They are rumbling, the student section getting into it.
Washenko to the shotgun. Motion man coming left to right. Then settles on the right side of that line. Here's a give. Little cut step out to the 31-yard line. That's a pickup of 4 and a first down. It's just a nice block inside on that right side of the line, and we've got a Clarkston player slow to get up.
I believe that is Griffin Bowman who's slow to get up, and it looks like a leg injury, which is super unfortunate. He's up.
It is Griffin Bowman on the ground, but he's able to spring up and run back to the huddle.
Again, that's just the toughness from Griffin Bowman. He's a physical runner, and as you can see, he got off the field and ran off. That's just...
You like to see that.
Yeah, we love to see that.
3:20 to play here in the third. To the line. Ball splits the hash marks. Wolves moving left to right. Here's a reverse.
Here's the reverse.
Well read by this Dragons defense to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a half yard or so, but that's it.
Second down coming up.
Swarming defense by those Dragons. They were not fooled at all by the reverse. Not one bit. The linebackers are there. The D-ends were there. The secondary was there. Everyone was all over that play.
Clarkston thought they could get away with a cheeky one. Last week they ran that play against Troy Athens, and they ended up getting a big touchdown in their blowout victory last week.
That must have been in the film for the Lake Orion defense this week.
Yeah, it must have been.
Same formation, 3 receivers outright. Washenko calls for it, gets it. Here's a little give to the receiver who makes a cut, tries to come back inside, out to the 50-yard line. Whistles blew. Play finished, no flags on the play. That's a big gain out to the, looks like they're going to spot it at the Lake Orion 43-yard line. So nice gain there, and it's going to be first down inside Lake Orion territory.
That's just a great play there. You know, the end around didn't work last time, so Clarkston thought, let's fake it. You know, let's get him with a jet sweep, and we saw a big gain there.
First and 10 for Clarkston. Trying to find points to stay close in this game.
You can see Brady back there in the slot. Let's see if he can do something.
Washenko sends a man in motion, calls for it, gives it. That's Bowman rumbling forward out to the 30-yard line and then hauled down at the 25. Boy, he just falls forward.
Lucas Bowman is an absolute tank, and we saw it there. He just found the hole and exploded into the secondary.
Doing a nice job on that defensive line, just creating holes, something we didn't quite see in the first half.
Shotgun formation from the Wolves.
So now they'll flip that formation, 3 receivers out left. Here's the motion man. Washenko calls for it, gets it. Little jump cut there.
Oh.
Back to the line of scrimmage. You know what? You got to give Griffin Bowman some credit. Instead of falling to his side, he would have lost a yard, but instead he fell forward, kind of rolled to his right, and it got him back to the line of scrimmage, so it's 2nd and 10 from there.
Yeah, but how about Alex Hensley, the linebacker, number 35, able to stick with him on the tackle? He's just got him wrapped around his ankle, and he was not letting go. He wasn't letting Bowman go anywhere on that play.
45 seconds left here in the quarter.
That's a great play from Lake Orion's defense. They've done a pretty good job at shutting down the Bowman twins. Let's see what Clarkston does here.
Dragons up by 10. Clarkston looking for points. Washenko calls for it, gets it. Here's a little sweep, finds a block at the 20-yard line, cuts it out right. Shimmy shakes a man, stiff arms a man, and then gang tackled before he can get to the 15-yard line. They'll spot this one at about the 17, so shy of the first down.
That's a big hit there from Lake Orion's defense.
And that looks like that'll do it for the third quarter. Clarkston knocking on the door for points. Dragons up 20-10. You're not going to want to miss any more action. You're listening to our Drive to the Game coverage here on WJR.
This is SportsCaster.com. Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports?
Ready?
Want to be the next great voice? SportsCaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. A great sports broadcaster is able to capture the action.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Amplify the drama.
To the end zone! Touchdown Detroit Lions! Oh my!
Create memories forever etched in our minds.
A year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
Sends shivers up our spine, make us leap out of our seat, scream at the TV, and even ask ourselves, did that really just happen?
You believe in miracles? Yes!
Now it's your turn to let your voice be heard.
Once again, versatility, the word of the night for Anthony Battani.
SportsCaster.com provides all the tools you need to produce your own content, create your own sports talk show, stir it up with sports commentary, and even take a shot at live play-by-play. Whether young or old, new to sportscasting, or a seasoned voice in sports, just register and open your own channel, create and upload your content, and show the world you know sports. SportsCaster.com. Now we put the mic in your hands and put you.
Game coverage in Southeast Michigan you need. The Drive to the Game. Sponsored by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Also sponsored by McLaren Healthcare. Once again, Chris Renwick.
Big third down here is a give to Bowman, who rumbles forward, but not much past the line of scrimmage. It's 4th down and 5, and now Clarkston's got some decisions to make. Looks like they're sending out the field goal unit.
Man, that was not smart running the ball on 3rd and 5. Clarkston has not gotten their passing game involved at all. We've seen very few passes from this offense.
Yeah, we brought up multiple times in this game. Chris has brought up multiple times. Points are at a premium. So at this point, you want to take your points, take your 3, hopefully make it a one-possession game for the Wolves.
Ayden O'Neal on for the field goal attempt. That is up and true.
Ayden O'Neal is just an amazing kicker. He can put it through the uprights from far. In warm-ups, he was kicking like 45-yarders.
That's about a 35-yarder, so he connects, makes this a one-score game. Dragons now up 20-13. And right, rivalry game, emotions are high. We've got a homecoming king and queen now. You want to give them a shout-out?
Yes, shout-out our homecoming queen, senior Allison O'Rourke, and our homecoming king, shout-out Parker Gannon, also a senior.
That's good stuff. And again, points are at a premium, so make this a one-score game. And now Clarkston can put a little pressure on defensively. That's a nice job by Lake Orion holding them to a field goal. That is a win. I know you don't want to give up the points, but it's a win. Now, Clarkston's got to tighten things up defensively.
Definitely. We definitely got to work on our pass rush. It's been a little rough. We can't seem to stop the dual-threat quarterback, Kristin Hill. He's looked incredible this game, but hopefully we could step it up.
A first on the broadcast. You know, when we have students up here from opposing schools, you know, there could be a little smack talk. You guys have been very nice to each other, which is great. Although Anthony just made a remark about the Dragon mascot down here being a little flat, and Ayden wasn't having none of that. Here's the bring back. Out to the 20, trying to find a crease on that right side. He's forced out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. They'll call it the 31. So that's where Clarkston will take over. You said don't mess with my mascot.
Yeah, don't diss my dragon. I love my dragon.
Dude, he's boring right now. He's not getting the crowd hyped at all.
Hey, what did we just say? Don't you talk bad about my dragon.
All right, so here comes this Lake Orion offense. Tristan Hill, very effective today. We've seen Jaden Borrero a couple of different times with a couple of really nice carries, and we've seen them rotate a couple of different backs. Now they're both back there. Don Diego Hawkins back there as well. He gets the carry. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Good job up front. Those linebackers crashing down for this Clarkston defense. Bodie Davis was right in the thick of it all.
Man, Bodie Davis, absolutely electric. He's a big hitter, and he's actually in my media production class.
Good student?
No, he's always late.
Oh no, Bodie!
He's always late.
Anthony just threw you directly under the bus.
Hey, he's a good football player, though. He's a great football player.
All right, he'll take. Here's the option pitch. With space. Wow, good tackle.
What a tackle.
There
at the 40-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 9. But that looked like it had home run distance. And that Clarkston secondary just shut it down.
Brady Beck, a player that has been awfully quiet today, made a big play there to stop the big run. And it's a 3rd and 1.
And Jamari Cooper's a speedster for sure, number 16. He was the one on that pitch right there. He's definitely a speedster. A good tackle in space by Beck to prevent a huge play.
Under 10, Clarkston down 7.
Great play call there from the Lake Orion coaching staff.
3rd and 1, big 3rd down here. And we got whistles and a timeout. So this will be the second Lake Orion timeout used this half. They want to talk this over. Make sure everybody's on the same page, perhaps didn't like something that they saw defensively. And this is a big 3rd down.
9:31 to play here in the fourth quarter. Lake Orion with a 7-point lead. This would be a big conversion or a big stop on this play.
And the run game has been very good for Lake Orion in these short yardage situations. So I say he's sending the big boys out there. I love the formation they always run on the goal line, the full house backfield. I think that's what you got to bring out right here and just make sure you move those chains.
So the ball is spotted far hash mark at the Lake Orion 40-yard line. They need the 41.
Clarkston needs this stop here.
You got a lot of big fellas up front on that defensive line, but Griffin Bowman has been very active today running the ball, but he's been effective at his linebacker spot, his little linebacker spot on the outside, and might see a little bit of crashing from that secondary here. Yeah. Let's see what the call is. 3rd and 1. Hill takes, keeps up the middle. Boy, I think they're going to give him that first down.
The spot is at the line to gain.
Yeah, it sure is, at the 41-yard line. And they give him that first down. Wow. So a huge conversion on a very close keeper by Tristan Hill.
I think that's a very risky play call by Lake Orion. It does pay off, but that's very risky. T.R. Hill, I mean, yes, he's very fast, but he is not a very big body. In that scenario, I'd say you'd run it with a bigger body just to ensure you get that yardage with like a Jaden Barrero or something like that. Regardless, it is a first down for Lake Orion.
So first down at the 41. They needed the 1. They got it. Clock continues to tick. 9 minutes left. Still a lot of ball game left to play here in this rivalry homecoming matchup. Here's a give up the middle, eaten up, no gain.
Great play there from the Clarkston D-line.
They've been more active in the second half. They're not quite getting pushed off the ball like they were in the first and second quarters. And it's been a little more difficult for Tristan Hill and guys like Jaden Barrero to operate in the middle of that line.
They've definitely keyed in on the run, and it is paying dividends for them. Lake Orion running the ball almost every single play in the second half, and Clarkston able to stop them almost every single play.
2 receivers outright. Ball far hash mark. Fakes it to Barrero. Here's a little little pass out to the flat, and he's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. That is pursuit to the ball defensively. Clarkston wrapped him up, took him down for a gain. No gain there for Jackson Vasquez.
Looks like a little bit of trash talk in between 74 on Lake Orion and number 8 on Clarkston. 74 did not like that tackle as he had some things to say to Brody Router.
That's big Brennan Elias, and one of the he's the right tackle for that Lake Orion offensive line. Very, very good offensive lineman, protecting T.R. Hill in that pocket very well.
Clock continues to run. 7:35 to play here in the fourth quarter.
He's a big boy, that 74 guy.
3rd down and 10. Hill fakes it. Rolls to his left. Throws. Incomplete.
Great coverage there.
Far
from
sideline.
Jack Kopshin.
That was good coverage, and that throw just a hair outside, so it falls incomplete. Clock stops 7:23, and now
Clarkston got the stop that they needed. Their offense just needs to score a touchdown.
And now they're going to have to punt it away.
And that wasn't a very bad ball from Tristan Hill. That was a pretty good throw. It was about at the line to gain, but England went to go catch it from an over-the-shoulder standpoint right there instead of just putting his hands there and just securing it, and I think that's what caused it to fall incomplete.
All right, so here is the punt. Good snap.
Oh,
that one goes off the side of the foot, lands on the warning track, and it's going to be spotted. Wow, both of those line judges came to the same exact spot, and they marked it at the 44-yard line. So good starting field position here for Clarkston with an opportunity to tie this thing up at 20 apiece.
I'm excited to see what Clarkston's going to do on this drive. I have a feeling we're definitely going to see a few more passing plays as it is crunch time. They're down 7 with 7 minutes left, and I can't wait to see what they bring to the table on this drive.
And Clarkston's got that potential to just take the top off the defense. We have seen Washenko sling it for Clarkston. See if he does it here.
Crowd lively here, mid-fourth quarter. Motion man left to right. Washenko takes, gives, Bowman, stiff arm, rolls forward to the 50-yard line. That's a gain of 6.
That's just great power there from Lucas Bowman. He ran through someone and he fought for the extra yards. That's just a great play.
So after the gain of 6, bring up 2nd and 4. Ball spotted at midfield. The winged helmets break the huddle. They go to the line.
Pistol formation.
Give it. Bowman again. Tries the right side, puts a foot in the ground, cuts it up. Field gain of 2. Inside Lake Orion territory at the 48. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Clarkston has basically just ran the football almost the entire half. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a pass here, you know, to fool the Lake Orion defense, as they should be expecting a run, as it's what Clarkston's been doing.
Especially in short yardage, you'd think a run's coming here.
I have a feeling we could see a play action here.
6:08 to play. The crowd lively here at Lake Orion. Motion man. Takes, gives. Wow, that little second effort. Had him around the waist, whipped him around to the right, and it looks like he's got enough for a first down out to the 46-yard line, and they do. Clarkston converts on the 3rd and 2.
Man, Lucas Bowman is just battling on this drive. He is just fighting for extra yards, and he's got to be a little bit tired. He's gotten the ball a lot tonight.
And Lake Orion had him wrapped up in the backfield, but they did spin him forward just enough for Clarkston to convert that one.
5:30 to play here in the 4th quarter. Clarkston down 7. They're on the move. Inside Dragons territory. Takes, fakes. Washenko keeps it out to the 40, cuts it inside at the 25 to the 20, and then taken down inside the 10, and a flag on the play. Near where the play ended.
Man, Washenko was hype after that run. You could see him just throw his arm forward like Tom Brady when he says, "Let's go."
So that's a big play, and we got to check the flag.
It could be called back.
It was a flag during the play. It wouldn't have been in the area of a hold. Oh, they are going to say it is holding offensively, so that's coming back.
Man, that just stings. That one hurts.
So the good news is, yes, it does move him outside the 10-yard line, puts him back at the 21, but there is enough for a first down, so they get the fresh set at the 21-yard line with 5:13 to play. All 3 timeouts in their pocket.
Also, just outside of the red zone. Let's see what Washenko can do here. I have a feeling it's going to be exciting.
This is where Lake Orion's defense has excelled, though. In between the 20s, they've given up a lot of chunk plays. Inside the 20s, they've been able to stop Clarkston and see if that continues.
Washenko takes.
Another.
Fakes. He's going to keep it on the right side.
Spinning.
And he is taken down for maybe a loss of 1. Didn't quite get back to the line of scrimmage. So this Lake Orion defense closing those holes along that right side. Clock continues to run. 4:40 to play.
That's just smart football from Lake Orion's defense. They saw the option and they just pursued Alex Washenko, and it's going to be a loss of 1.
Loss of 1 brings up 2nd and 11. They huddle. The crowd getting a little restless here on homecoming.
Here I'm chanting, "Fire up," right below us.
Yep.
Play clock at 5 as they set. Washenko calls for it. Gives
sweep.
it on the sweep.
Oh.
Nothing doing. Another loss. Loss of 2 back to the 25-yard line.
Man, it's coming very predictable with how much Clarkston's running this football. They have to change it up if they want to score.
A thunder of Dragons was there to take down the ball carrier right there. It looked like the lead tackler was number 73, Brandon Nepchuk, one of the DNs.
And I'm looking at the student section, and I can see Frozone hyping up the crowd.
Oh, yeah, that's the homecoming theme for Lake Orion is Disney. So
Disney.
we got a bunch of Disney characters, and Frozone happened to be one of them. He's our student section leader.
3:30 to play. Big third down here for Clarkston. It's 3rd and 13.
The stands are rumbling. Bowman switching sides.
Washenko calls for it, and we got whistles.
Oh. Clarkston's coach is not happy
Not
at
happy.
all.
They had to take that timeout. The play clock was coming down to 0.
He threw his hat and started waving his arm. He was not happy as he is chewing out his offense right now.
He's saying we got to get to that line quicker. We got to identify what the defense is doing quicker because that play clock was running down. I mean, you're looking now at a 3rd and 13. You can't afford to set yourself back any further. So now for Clarkston, as we get to the 3:17 mark here of the fourth quarter, down 7, you wonder if you get the ball back, right? So you got the 2 timeouts left. You had to burn 1 there. You wonder if this is 4-down territory with 3:17 left, and the way that this Lake Orion defense has been playing, as you called it, down inside the 20 or near the 20-yard line. They've been very effective in stopping the run. So, do you try to get all 13? You try to get a chunk and go for it on 4th down? Let's see. 3rd and 13.
The student section exploding right now.
Washenko takes. Quick 3-step drop. Pumps. And he's going to get taken down. I don't know if it'll go as a sack back to the line of scrimmage, but it's 4th and 13, and now that decision, it's decision time here for Clarkston.
That was the star left tackle, number 76, Jacob Escobedo. They threw him in on the D-line, and he comes up with a huge play for the Lake Orion defense. That's a very big body out there in the middle of the D-line.
2:50 to play. Looks like Clarkston's going to keep that offense out there.
You have to go for it here. With how dominant Lake Orion's rushing attack has been, you have to get this first down. If not, this game could be over with how effective the run has been.
This is effectively ball game right here if Lake Orion gets 1 first down on the ensuing drive. There's whistles.
Now we got whistles.
And Coach Pintar is not happy with his team at all. As
Clarkston forced to take their 2nd timeout.
As this is the 2nd time he's caught a timeout to chew out his team. He does not want to lose to the Dragons.
Again, that play clock was running down.
And those timeouts right there, costly. Because if Clarkston does not convert right here, they've got to stop Lake Orion. And there is just over 2 minutes left to go, 2:23 left to go. If Lake Orion gets 1 first down, that's ball game because they don't have any more timeouts left. Lake Orion will be able to kneel out the clock.
So, Anthony, let me ask you, what do you draw up here if you're this coaching staff offensively?
I feel like we have to get Brady back involved. Get Caleb Love involved. We got to get our receivers active. Obviously, it's hard to fill in Desmond Stevens' spot at wide receiver, but I have a feeling that Brady Beck is the one to fill it, as he's a senior, never mind.
Pressure. Lake Orion crowd coming alive. It's 4th and 13.
Lake Orion's got 3 DBs at the line to gain.
Washenko takes 5-step drop, throwing towards the end zone. Little bit of contact, but no flag. We do have a flag back near the line of scrimmage. Washenko is down on the ground.
There is a flag in the end zone, a late flag in the front right corner of the end zone.
Ooh.
That could be pass interference.
It was a late flag. They threw it well after the play. This is a very consequential call on what both of these flags are.
These calls decide the game. Let's see what the calls are.
So we've got 2:18 left. That was 4th and 13. Washenko decided to take a shot in the front corner of the end zone. There was just slight contact, and it didn't look like the referee on the far side had any intention of throwing that flag.
Yeah.
But then one came in late, and there was a first near where the line of scrimmage was. Alex Washenko was knocked to the ground. So we'll see what these calls are.
A little bit of a conference going on between the officials just to clear this up and see what they're going to do.
Yeah, this is like the 3rd or 4th time they've gotten together to discuss some penalty calls. We'll see what they're drawing up right now.
Well, and this has been the 2nd time where they've had multiple calls on the same play. And when you talk about the ramifications of these calls, they're pretty significant.
Absolutely. This is ball game right here, essentially.
All right, let's see what the calls are.
He's making his decision.
So he's going to come over to Chris Bell, the head coach of Lake Orion, and talk things over, just to fill him in on what the situation is. So they're pointing towards the Lake Orion defense.
This could be costly from Lake Orion if, if both penalties are on their defense.
If they do offset, though, they will replay this 4th down.
So that is
offsetting.
That is a offsetting penalties. It was a roughing the passer.
All right.
So offsetting penalties replays the down. So it's 4th and 13.
There we go. The mascot's finally getting the student section hype. I saw him putting his arms up in the air and waving them.
That's my dragon.
He seems more pumped.
All right, replay 4th down, 4th and 13.
Let's see what the sophomore has.
2:18 left. Clarkston down 7.
Running to the huddle.
They need the 12. Ball spotted at the 22.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just go right ahead and take a shot at the end zone right here. We know Wyshenko's got the arm to get it there. I wouldn't be surprised if they just decide to go for it all right now.
See a little bit of a different defense here for Lake Orion. Looks like they're rolling with 3 defensive linemen. Generally they do play a 3-4, 3 down defensive linemen and then a 4th linebacker.
Yeah,
but we'll see what kind of coverage they show on the back end.
They're in a 3-3-5 right now. They've got to have as many DBs on the field as possible for this one. They don't want to give up the big pass.
If I'm Clarkston, I'm going to try and get the ball to Hank Horsung, number 18, as he is a big boy. He is 6'3".
So the officiating crew is now over talking to
Justin Pintar,
the coaching staff here for Clarkston. They're just trying to figure things out as well, and they're also talking amongst each other near that sideline as they try to figure this out as well. All right, so do we get a further explanation? All right, let's see now. Hold on. Hold on.
Here they are back over with Bell on the Lake Orion side, Coach Bell.
So they're talking it over with him. Now he looks a little bit demoralized now. So now, I mean, we got to see what that further discussion was.
He took his headset off. He does not seem happy. As another official runs over to coach.
So, you know, the realities are, with 2:18 left, Clarkston, and now only 1 timeout after having to burn a couple here at this side of the field, they need to convert. Dragons have an opportunity here, depending on what the discussion is here. Because if we're replaying 4th down, now they said it was offsetting penalties, but the personal foul, I believe, did the personal foul occur in the end zone?
The personal foul occurred in the backfield. That was the roughing the passer.
But there was another flag thrown in the end zone.
I don't think they called a penalty for that one. They might have picked that flag up.
So Chris Bell isn't happy. Now they trot back over to the other side. But I mean, at this point, the rhythm of the game is impacted.
Yep.
And you're looking at again, right now we're looking at a 4th and 13, 4th and 12.
And this crowd just erupted with energy.
That Lake Orion defense, that Lake Orion sideline, they're trying to get all the energy they can right now. Big play on 4th and 12.
They're trying to throw off Wyshenko with all the energy. And
so
it seems as
they're getting the crowd excited, although we're not ready to snap this ball just yet, because the crew on the far side still talking things over.
Coach Pintar does not seem happy with the officials as he is still arguing with them. As a matter of fact, the entire Clarkston staff is over there.
So we still haven't gotten any further explanation. They did call offsetting penalties, so we'll replay the down at present moment.
As the fans are booing the ref.
Fans want an explanation as well. Let's see if we get it here.
Nope, he's going to talk to the other. Oh, no.
So holding on Clarkston. Again,
on Lake Orion.
And personal foul on Lake Orion. So that'll offset, and now we've got a replay of 4th and 12.
5 wide for Clarkston. They're going for the deep ball.
Nobody in the backfield. Washenko to the shotgun. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Flag on the play. Throws it downfield, incomplete. It was a duck, but we got a flag.
What's the penalty?
We got to check the flag. They let that thing play out, which tells me there might have been somebody defensively who jumped.
I was thinking the same thing, Chris.
Let's see what the call is.
This call could determine the game, folks. Let's see what it is.
Nope, it's going to go on Clarkston. So Lake Orion will decline it and take over.
And it looked like it was an illegal shift on Clarkston.
Now, Chris, I'm not familiar with high school rules. Is there a 2-minute warning in high school football?
There is not. Nope, there is not.
And Clarkston has 1 timeout remaining.
Clarkston has 1 timeout remaining.
Yikes, they have to stop Tristan Hill and this Lake Orion rushing attack.
Even with a stop here, a 3-and-out from Lake Orion, Clarkston gets the ball back with 30 to 40 seconds left. They don't got much time.
How about the Dragons, though, coming into this game ranked 27th in the entire state of Michigan?
Here's a keeper for Hill. Cuts it inside at the 25, out to the 27. It's a gain of 3.
And there's
and
that
Clarkston
timeout.
will take their timeout with 2:09 left.
Yeah,
Dragons on top 20-13. They've got the ball. Clarkston out of timeouts. And that miscommunication with getting that offense in the right spot with the right call in a timely manner, coming back big here because they had to burn 2 timeouts when they certainly didn't want to.
That is rough. You hate to see the offense waste timeouts and not get set fast enough.
So clock stops 2:09. Lake Orion in the driver's seat. They won 4 in a row over the last 5. Or excuse me, Clarkston has won 4 in a row over the last 5. We broke through last year. Lake Orion trying to hold on to this lead. You guys were talking at halftime. You expected this to be a much higher scoring game, but defensively, and look, we've seen some great offensive performances, particularly from Alex Washenko and Tristan Hill. But these defenses have come up big in some pretty big spots.
Oh, they absolutely have. I mean, I predicted 38-34 Lake Orion pregame, and we're nowhere near that. So the defenses have definitely showed up and showed out tonight.
Yeah, Lake Orion's defense definitely improved from last week where they allowed a total of 497 yards against West Bloomfield. They have looked incredible.
Hill gives it to Barrero, who gets out back to the line of scrimmage. They'll spot it at the 27-yard line. Clarkston can't stop the clock, so 1:49 left here in the 4th quarter. Lake Orion on top 20-13.
The student section has pulled out their flashlights. Sounds like they're waving goodbye to the Clarkston fans, but this game is not over yet.
This game is nowhere near over, folks.
It's 3rd and 6. Play clock down to 7. Tristan Hill. He's telling him to hold it. He's going to take a timeout as the play clock goes down to 0. So 1:20 left here in the 4th quarter as this Lake Orion staff, of course, led by Chris Bell, wanted to just bleed that clock down as far as he could. Now looking at a 3rd and 6 from the 28-yard line. A first down would ice the game. And Clarkston, look, you make a stop, you get an opportunity. You get an opportunity if you make this stop.
Yeah, but with minimal time, that's the thing.
Minimal time, no doubt about it.
Lake Orion's going to get the punt off with about 45 seconds left. Probably leave Clarkston with a little over 30 seconds left. So minimal time, but it is possible.
It is possible.
A lottery ticket is better than no lottery ticket.
Of course.
Although I probably shouldn't say that to a bunch of high school kids. But you want to give yourself an opportunity, is my point.
Yeah.
You want to give yourself an opportunity. Clarkston could do it with the stop here on 3rd and 6.
Lake Orion's run game has been unpredictable with either Tristan Hill running it or the running back.
Tristan Hill's going to keep it. Oh, my goodness, big hit. He kept the ball. He's going to be stopped shy of the first down. Clarkston cannot stop the clock. 108, 107. Dragons on top 20-13.
And I think Lucas Bowman is just upset, so he had to take a little bit of his anger out on that hit on Tristan Hill. It was absolutely crushing.
And Lake Orion can't stop the clock either.
Lake Orion can't stop the clock either. Play clock's down to 18, and they're slowly getting off the field. My guess
they might take the delay here.
Is they're going to take the delay of game and punt the football away. Because they're not going to get to the line with 7 seconds left.
No,
so,
they're not making any effort.
So this play clock will run all the way down, which means you bleed a little extra time off the clock. 4:32, the clock stops. So that'll be a delay of game. Clarkston will accept it.
Then again, we will see if Will Hoffman can get a big punt here to set Clarkston back.
His last punt did not go so hot. It was a little bit of a shank to his right off the side of his foot, so he's got to get a good one off here. Punting from inside his own 15.
Hoffman has looked great in warm-ups. Let's see what he has here.
So back deep for Clarkston is Brady Beck.
And
that's a pretty good punt.
That
it's
is
a darn good punt off.
punt.
It's going to take a Lake Orion bounce. Beck's
Beck's
going to
gonna
field it
get
at the
smoked.
35-yard line.
And Brady Beck is just going to get swallowed up by the Lake Orion special team.
So 21 seconds left.
That's about as good of a punt as it can get from Will Hoffman. And it got some good distance on it, and the hang time was the biggest factor. The hang time, that 8 time off the clock, and then it takes a bounce. That ate about 15 seconds off the clock. Clarkston's got a long road ahead of him with 21 seconds and no timeouts.
Ball spotted at their own 35-yard line.
Let's see what the sophomore Alex Washenko has. Can he lead this Clarkston offense to score a touchdown in 21 seconds?
He's got 65 yards to go.
No timeouts for Clarkston. 3 receivers to the right.
Lake Orion has 3 safeties back. They're running a
man 3 deep look.
Washenko takes. He's going to roll to his right. Looking, throwing. Down the field. Got a man.
Catch.
That clock is going to stop.
They're going to move the chains. Was he down in bounds?
No.
They're going to roll it, so they're going to have to get right to the line. 13 seconds left. Clarkston down 7. They spot the ball. Clock hasn't started yet. Washenko
shotgun
takes.
formation.
Looking, throwing.
Hit as he
throws. That is a huge hit.
God.
Brandon Nepchuk, number 73, was on a mission to make a play on that one. He leveled Washenko.
Man, he has been all over the place in that backfield.
So that stops the clock on the incompletion. He was able to get the pass off. It fluttered harmlessly to the ground far side. So 8 seconds left. Clarkston breaks the huddle. Clarkston down 7. Washenko.
This is the game here, folks.
Sets. Takes.
Rolling
Rolls to his left. Throws
as he
on the run.
Flag
on the field. Clock stops. 3 seconds left.
Man.
Ball goes incomplete.
Those are back-to-back big hits that Washenko has taken. He is definitely feeling it right now.
He's going to be all battered and bruised by tomorrow. He's going to feel it tomorrow.
Hank Hornung was the intended receiver. It fell incomplete. 3 seconds left. Here's the ball game. Washenko's going to need some protection and some time for his receivers to get down the field.
But does he have the arm to get it all the way down there, or do you try and run a little bit of a backyard football and just start lateraling it all over the place?
We could see a little bit of trickery here from the Clarkston team.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at a 55-yard pass.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
That's pretty deep. All right, last play of the game. Dragons up 20-13. Clarkston with the ball back thrown 45. Washenko takes, flag on the play, throws high and incomplete.
And
got to check the flag. Hold
There's a second flag.
There's a second flag.
Washenko's down, back at the 35-yard line. The clock says zeros. So if this is on the defense, they're going to get an untimed play. Let's see. They're talking it over at the 45. There's a flag near sideline, and there's one near where Washenko was hit.
I think one of these is going to be a roughing the passer, because Washenko's been getting crushed and was well after he threw it.
Well,
what do you think, Ayden?
They did give a roughing.
Well, they gave him a roughing, but then there was an illegal shift offensively. The game's over.
Game's over.
Wow. High drama in a big-time rivalry. And Lake Orion comes out on top, 20-13. Heck of a game. Ayden Novak, well done, my friend. Congratulations on the win. That's big-time stuff. Best of luck to you.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for being hanging
so
out
much.
with us.
This is a great opportunity. It's an honor.
And Anthony Del Pup, thanks so much, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me on. I had a blast. You know, this is one of the best experiences I've had in a while.
Well, it's good to have you up here. You guys did a fantastic job. Lake Orion wins it 20-13. I'm Chris Renwick saying so long as the Dragons parade the rivalry trophy around the stadium. We'll send it back to the folks down at SportsCaster. Coming up, you've been listening to our Drive to the Game coverage brought to you by our Southeast Michigan Ford dealers right here on WJR. Have a good one.
Cooper, sometimes for, people like us, up-and-coming broadcasters, we have our podcast coming up, Cooper and Carter, a SportsCaster original. There might not be places for us to post, but now we just have this opportunity.
It makes me smile.
Now we have SportsCaster, and oh, what a lovely place it is.
Okay, now you're getting me excited.
I am, because now we can post our podcast. We can post little clips.
Of course.
We can voice over, professional plays going on in the sports world. We can connect with people like Detroit Lions play-by-play Dan Miller. I mean, the opportunities are just endless, and I absolutely love it.
I absolutely love it as well, giving us an opportunity and experience that we only could have dreamed of, and now SportsCaster is giving it to us on a silver platter. That's what it does, and that's what it's here for. SportsCaster. We put the mic in your hands.
My name's Cody Stedman. I'm from Sloan High School. I'm going to be broadcasting for the Sloan team for WJR. I never really thought that sportscasting would be my thing. I was really going towards radio journalism and broadcast journalism. But hey, if this is on the road to it, might as well hit it.
The give, rush, cuts it upfield into the end zone. Touchdown, Sloan. That's the magic I was just talking about.
The coolest thing about being with sportscasters.com is that you get to know what the fans are talking about. You get to research what the team is thinking about even before the game starts. And being at the game, being able to report about the plays and knowing what the team is feeling like before you go into the game, it's a real big moment.
The Drive to the Game is sponsored by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Also sponsored by McLaren Healthcare. Now, for post-game analysis and comments, here are Jeff Sloan and Michael Spath.
Good evening, everyone. An exciting finish to a rivalry game here at Dragon Stadium. Justin Rose in for Jeff Sloan and Michael Spath, joined by Nick Whitten. Sorry, bud. He's a Clarkston student, and he's holding out hope. Maybe we can get that Hail Mary in the end zone to tie things up late. Tara Fritching, she's on the end as well. Sideline reporter for us here at SportsCaster.com. Great game, great finish. We'll start with you. I know, it's okay. They'll play another game again. But still, the way this one ended, it seemed like they had opportunities, just couldn't quite capitalize.
I have to agree with you there. There was some slight confusion, I feel, with the pass interference call on that second-to-last drive, because I know, at least I thought that that would have given the Wolves a first down, but I guess not.
Yeah, there were some conflicting penalties. I didn't hear what Chris said on the broadcast. Not sure what the referee said to the crowd, but basically looked like a pass interference in the end zone, would have given them a half distance to the goal and a first down. But there was a negating penalty in there somewhere, Taryn. Did you see or hear any of what the referee had said on that particular play?
It was extremely difficult to just really hear because referees a little bit muffled by not only the Clarkston sidelines but also the Lake Orion sidelines that both want their opinion to be heard on what they think happened. So it was really difficult to just hear what exactly had occurred during that time.
So they reran it. It was 4th and 12. Clarkston couldn't get any closer than that. Turnover on downs, and then Lake Orion able to basically run out the clock. They did have to punt the ball away, gave about 21 seconds left for Clarkston to try to move down the field. They did get into enemy territory, but that's as close as they were able to get. Then there was again, as the clock hit zeros, a roughing the passer penalty on Lake Orion. But somehow there was another flag on Clarkston, and the referee just said instead of an untimed down, the game is over. That prompted Clarkston's head coach to literally go after the referee, trying to find some sort of clarification on that one. But it's in the books at this point now. Lake Orion stuns, by a lot of accounts, Clarkston in this rivalry game. And I think you brought up the great point earlier, Nick, that they had a 10-game series lead all time, 34-24. Now it's 34-25. Lake Orion gets it done. You gonna be okay? You gonna sleep all right tonight?
I'll try my hardest.
Well, we're hoping to get some of the players over here from the winning team here momentarily. Our staff at SportsCaster.com tracking down some of the guys, and looks like they're on their way over here. So we'll try to make room for them here. Give them one of your headsets, and we'll have you step off the stage for a minute so we can bring them in. Come on over. Tristan, why don't you have a seat right there in his spot? Throw that headset on. What's up, man?
What's up?
Congratulations. How you guys feeling? What was the post-game chat all about?
Last week tough loss. This week, crosstown rival, big game. We were both 4-2. They decided to receive the ball to start the game, and that kind of lit a spark in us. And we played amazing. I mean, the defense, you could tell they were pissed off about that, and it was just a great game.
Yeah, how would you say that you helped rally the team to victory today?
I feel like I kind of led the team in staying calm throughout the whole game. It was a really close game, so we had to stay focused. We couldn't make mistakes, and I feel like I was a big part of that.
You know, you guys, it's a rivalry game. Both teams 4-2. 4-3 doesn't feel as good as 5-2 does, right?
Yeah.
I mean, was that the message at halftime? Because, I mean, you guys weren't shocked that you were leading, but where were you guys at halftime with this game being where it was?
After halftime, I mean, we had some big plays in the first half. We knew that. We had a few mistakes, and we just focused on getting rid of those, and I feel like we did that in the second half. We played a great ball game.
Well, you guys were impressive tonight. What did you guys think of what happened with the last play of the game? I mean, roughing the passer, but then they had a penalty, and then the game was over. I mean, you guys are happy about that, right? But it's an interesting end.
Yeah, I wasn't watching. I was behind everybody. I couldn't watch it, but it was just a great ending to the game.
All right, so who else do we got up here? We've got Ryan. How do I say that last name? Rochlow? Okay, I got that one. All right, number 5, Kyle England. I can do that one. And then big number 1 here, Jaden Barrero. How about you? What did you think about this rivalry game, this rendition of it?
We had a bunch of energy going in this game. It was really close, so it really came down to who really wanted it more in the end. Especially since a lot of us are coming off injuries. You know, it's a pretty big step up.
I mean,
to win this game.
Week 7, who isn't injured? I'm injured, and I haven't even played it down yet. You guys have got to be beat up a little bit. Can you pass that headset off to the back there? There we go. We'll move it around. Musical chairs with the headsets on this one, because I want to talk to Ryan when he gets his headset on. Ryan, I want to ask you about that touchdown grab. I mean, that was pretty. What were you thinking? Take me through that play.
I mean, we run it in practice all the time. TR can throw it.
I know he can, so I just trusted him, and then ball was perfect, and I just turned around and ran.
Homecoming victories, always special for you guys. Take me through your thoughts on this crowd, this environment. I mean, come on. It's mid-October, and we're all in short sleeves. Nobody's shivering. Nobody's cold. Nobody's wet besides the sweat. That's kind of nice for Michigan, right?
Yeah, it's definitely great. Great for Michigan.
So take me through this crowd. Were you feeding off them?
Yeah, of course, 100% feeding off the crowd. I love our student section. I love the fans and supporters we get in Lake Orion. It's just a great environment to be in, especially playing football.
I know that you guys don't have the OAA Red locked up. However, how did it feel to knock off your rival from sharing that OAA Red championship with Oxford?
I mean, after what happened last year, I think we just had a chip on our shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted it so bad, practiced like we wanted it, and just played like we wanted it.
So what's next for this team? Who you guys got? You got 2 weeks left in the regular season. One more win. Talking playoffs, baby. Playoffs, baby.
Yeah, playoffs.
So is that where your attention turns? Just a week at a time? Yeah, of course. You guys are going to say the coach speak.
Yeah.
Can we try to get a little bit about what it would mean for you guys to get into the postseason?
It mean everything for me. Senior year, I want to go out with a bang. I want my great quarterback here to go out with a bang.
And for an underclassman, hearing that from the leaders of this team, got to mean something, right?
It does. It really does. I mean, we all want it so bad. And, I mean, this group's going to be leaving, but they're special. So we just want to take advantage of it while we can.
Who do you guys – Taryn, do you know who they have next week?
They have Farmington.
Farmington.
So Farmington just came off with a win against Troy last night. So I think you'll be fine.
Nothing is for granted. Any given Friday night, anything can happen. Guys, great job tonight. Honestly, good win for you guys. Congratulations on the success tonight, and hopefully we'll see you guys in the playoffs soon, all right?
Definitely. All right.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Enjoy the victory with your teammates. We appreciate it. Thank you for the sweaty headphones. That's great. Fantastic. We need some stuff here. All right, let's bring in our student broadcaster who was on the call for this one. I believe this is Anthony. Is this Anthony? Ayden. Ayden, come on in. Come on in, Ayden. Well, hell, how about that victory for your boys?
Oh, my Lord, that was amazing. Let me tell you, that was so fun to watch from up there in the booth. That was a big win for the boys. Big rivalry game. I'm so happy for them. This was amazing.
You know, and it's so funny because when we talk about SportsCaster.com and the opportunity that we give these students, and this is the first time you called a game, right?
Well, actually, no. I have done this before, just not obviously not for WJR. I have done it a couple times for ONTV, Orion Neighborhood Television.
Okay, great.
That we have in Lake Orion, so I've done it a couple times.
Okay, so you've done this a couple of times, and this one, the sound of your voice, it just feels a little different. It feels a little different, doesn't it?
It feels quite a bit different, actually. I mean, there was a lot of energy up there in the booth. Definitely pretty loud up there, losing it a little bit, but it's all for a good cause. It was amazing.
It's a big victory on homecoming. Taryn, can you pass your headset back here? I want to get Anthony's rendition of the game. There we go. Taryn, thank you so much. Taryn Fritching, everybody, doing it for the team, letting other people get a little chance. I gotta ask you, Anthony. You came here. You told me your hair was a little wild today.
Yup.
Your team didn't quite get it done, but what about your experience up in the booth today?
It was an amazing experience, you know. I've been dreaming about, like, pursuing this career path ever since I was a little kid, and hopefully this can help me, like, create the path to a future in broadcasting.
Well, you know they're going to make you cut your hair.
Yeah.
You got to cut your hair for a few years and get some experience, then you can grow it back out. I'm just, you know, from a seasoned vet to a young kid. I'm just joking with you, man.
I know.
You guys had a great call. I can't wait to watch. Do you guys? I didn't listen. I was on the sideline watching the game and getting highlights and stuff. Did you guys, either of you, go crazy for any of these plays? Did you have a moment where you kind of were like,
I was silent crazy. Like, I was over here doing this, like pumping my arms in the air, like for the touchdowns and stuff. But I was trying to stay a little bit quiet.
I got a little hype when there were a few like big hits. You know, big hits bring a lot of energy, and that's like.
Yeah, there were a couple moments with those hits all game.
We heard him on the sideline down here. He was down on the sideline with me, and we kept saying, this game is not a lot of love for these two teams.
No love lost. Absolutely no love lost.
That's what you get with a rivalry. That's what you get with a rivalry.
That's exactly what you get with the rivalry. All right, let's go down the line here. Let's talk about our favorite moment of the night. All right, we'll start on the end with you, Anthony. Favorite moment?
Honestly, I'm not sure. There were a lot of great plays. If I were to say my favorite, it was definitely Alex Wishenko's first option play where he took it like 50 yards, which led to us getting our first score of the game.
Okay, I like that play. What about you?
One of the two big plays for sure, but I'd have to go with the second one, the Tristan Hill pass to Ryan Rochelot in the second half, kind of their opening drive of the second half. That made a statement for the Dragons in the second half, and it just kind of set the tone that they were not going to go down without a fight. They were going to hold that lead with whatever it took.
Do you see this guy with the hand movements and the pointing and like that's broadcasting 303. So he's already elevated his level from there. All right, what about you, Nick? What was your favorite moment tonight?
That 40-yard run in the fourth quarter was really good, but it got taken back by a penalty.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if that play stood, it was probably it would have been a game changer.
That could have been a big difference. That could have been a
Yeah.
huge momentum swing.
Well, why don't you guys ask a couple questions to each other? I want you guys to have a little bit of time here. Well, I mean, you guys are now friends through this experience, but rivals in school now. You guys think you'll keep in touch through the broadcasting, sportscaster.com? Give you guys another chance here?
Probably,
maybe.
yeah, fairly.
After you guys get over the
Yeah.
fact that your team beat the other, or the vice versa, right?
Yeah.
All right.
What was it like down here in the tent, doing the pregame and like the postgame stuff?
You got a really good view of the field, definitely. That was
Yeah.
one of my favorite parts, is you
That's
were
gotta
almost right up next to the players. In between the drives, or in between the quarters, I'll be walking around the sidelines trying to get good views of the plays and trying to see like who's blocking, who's doing their part on the team.
That's sweet, man. That's sweet.
Yeah, you got a notepad, and you got everything going on. These three young men, great opportunity for them up in the booth, down on the sideline, and keep an eye out. Sportscaster.com coming to a school near you. We got plenty more, 2 more weeks of regular season football. We're going to have 1 week of Sportscaster.com during the postseason in Michigan athletics here on WJR as well. So, time to wrap things up, boys. I got to go home. You guys tired?
Mm-hmm.
No, they're all hyped. They're going to have a pizza party.
There's too much energy for me to be tired.
Too much energy from the rivalry, man.
Hey, we got to thank our WJR team of Ray Templin, Dave Rieger, Nick Roddy, and Chris Renwick. Of course, all of us here at sportscaster.com, Marcus Pastoria, Steve Adams, Kristin Kujawa, Jeff Sloan, Michael Spath, and, of course, myself, Justin Rose. And, of course, these guys, they're the reason we do this. Taryn Fritching and these student broadcasters. Thank you so much for listening tonight. Hopefully you have a great night, and we'll see you next week.
Have a dream to one day be a professional sportscaster? Love commenting on sports? Sportscaster.com is the place to make those dreams come true. Sportscaster.com.